All right, we are live.
Okay, wonderful.
Yes,
Okay, sick.
yes, indeed. Very
Okay, we're up.
wonderful. Yeah. So, this will be a different way to record for the Anatomy Crosscast. It is currently 3:04 p.m. on the 24th of February, but the first time we ended up recording this, it was actually October of 2025. And no, it was actually December. It was December of 2025, and here's the thing. It was one of the hottest Decembers I had ever experienced. But here we are.
It's hot as fuck here as well, so...
Exactly.
I feel like it's hot everywhere right now.
The wind has been insane this side though.
Because it must be. Because you're in America, we're in South Africa. It's literally been the hottest days of South Africa. It's been in a minute.
It's been hot.
It's the hottest December ever.
I
Fuck.
suppose it is the laws
We're
of the
drinking
desert.
out here. I'm wearing my beanie. I say that and I'm wearing my beanie, but like, I just because I couldn't find my Valy Boys hat. But yeah, DVS though. Dude, it's probably like
27
27 degrees.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Degrees Fahrenheit.
No, not
Celsius.
Fahrenheit.
No, Celsius.
There you go.
Yeah.
We look on Celsius, yeah.
Yeah, Celsius.
Yo, anatomy. What do we call you? What must I call you, brother?
Oh, right. You can call me Shawn.
Yeah. What do I call you, my brother? What should I call you?
You can call me Shawn Cross.
Shawn. Okay, cool.
But it could be
Yo, let's-
Mob Cross.
Yo, Mr. Anatomy, what do I call you, sir? Nah, let's just jump into it. It's hot as fuck everywhere. Let's just jump into it.
It's hot as hell everywhere.
Let's
Yes.
go.
Let's go. So, this is going to be a different opportunity. This will actually be the first time that I've re-recorded voice lines because my side of the conversation just disappeared into the ether.
Super group, I like that.
Yes, right, supergroup. So, today we are interviewing DarkVerse Syndicate, a trap metal supergroup from South Africa.
Thanks.
Yeah, and with us, in cue of his words, we have Slur, we have Anthony. He has a band called Old Wounds, which we plan to interview in the future, but until then, we start the conversations with this tonight. This has been a long time coming since our first session interviewing Shawn of Vulgr-X, and yeah, the others will introduce themselves very, very soon. Do forgive me too, because this is after all 3 hours of conversation, 3 to 4 hours of conversation, where I'm having to improvise as if I am engaging in this conversation for the very first time.
Jump into it, yeah.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and jump into it, and starting off, I'm trying to sound like a radio talk show host from the early 1900s, but who...
Let the captain start.
Oh yeah, the captain. Yeah.
Vulgr-X, trap metal, South Africa. Death trap rap metal on that shit. Started it, let's go. DVS, I started DVS, got all these guys on, try to grab this trap metal shit. Let's go.
Ikima show.
I'm the DJ for all the artists involved in DVS, and I usually DJ and hype up the crowds.
Legendary DJ. Fucking good at it.
Hell yes.
Yeah,
Who's next?
GinoXide.
Oh.
Like, yeah, it's like GinoXide, but GinoXide.
And that was
Vulgr-X, one of the most raw, most real captains there is out there. GinoXide, one of the best fucking DJs there is out there. I'll let everyone carry on. Come on, Slur.
Come on, sir.
Me, okay, well, my name's
Yeah.
Anthony Hawkins. I'm Slur. I got laryngitis at the moment, so my voice is fucked. Yeah, I produce beats for these motherfuckers. I have started producing beats for them. I've got bands, like loads of bands.
Too many bands.
I've just currently started a new project called Severance. That's going super well, releasing in 5 days' time. I've got to record vocals today for it. I've managed to fucking get vocals out today, even with a fucked up voice. But yeah, most people know me as Slur, and I am a dark rap, trap, metal, and metal vocalist, and I do all instrumentations, instruments myself. Yeah, I'm just and I'm a 3D artist, and yeah, I do a shit ton of stuff, you know.
A 3D
Graphic
artist?
I've got a studio art house coming up soon called Osmium Sonics. We mix and master bands and shit like that from overseas, and yeah, we've got premium quality stuff coming out, you know.
I interrupt you for a second. Slur, I say this at every show, and we've done 10 plus shows now, but I say this at every show, every time I get my hands on the mic. Slur is one of the best producers, hands down, in general, South Africa and the world. Slur can reproduce anything, and in his own style, in the better.
Hell yeah.
I'm done.
Thanks, dude. I
Let me
appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm done.
You always say
Th-
it,
thank
but
you, Dusty.
I appreciate it. Thanks, man.
Fucking hard, bro. You need to recognize it.
One day.
Well, not only that, but it seems that since the recording of the session originally, we have learned of many creative efforts from Anthony Hawkins. He has so far released 2 singles through Severance, and later in the session you'll figure out about some other
Yes.
juicy details as well, which I am so happy for you all to hear for the first time.
Wow. Slur, yeah, that's Slur. Carry on, sorry. Sorry, Shawn, carry on.
Of Old Wounds will definitely make a appearance next year.
And
There's
of
a lot
Old Wounds,
There's a lot of behind the scenes things happening there that I can't really talk about right now.
naturally,
It's been a very heavy secret.
yeah, like I said before, Of Old Wounds is the reason that we first reached out to Anthony Hopkins, supporting all of the social media posts that he did for the project. And let's just say we are proud to, in the future, welcome Of Old Wounds as the first South African Ignite the Church band onto the Anatomy Crosscast. And hopefully by the time we are at that point, we can also prepare to do one of Dakota Wood's first co-hosting sessions for Of Old Wounds. So,
Yeah, I did. So I worked on textures for David. It is a biblical film, actually. Yeah, David and Goliath, and
You did fucking long on that shit. Bro, you are.
thanks, I appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Everybody's giving that guy props for that shit, for real.
I worked on it for 3 years,
The
you know.
project was good.
and here comes the
budget
noise.
was awesome, I see. Dude, brilliant fucking movie. If anything, go watch it. Go watch that shit. I told my mom and everybody to go watch that, bro. They're gonna love the fuck out of that movie.
I mean, it's not essentially like I am super over religious or anything, but it's just I got the chance to work on it, so yeah.
Anthony,
As well
that
as
shit, bro, that shit was
Please,
hard.
Be your
Thanks,
echoing,
and
so
also,
just turn down a little bit.
worked on Star Wars as well. So
Yes.
I mean, and Doctor Who season 2.
So this man,
So, yeah, quite a few.
this man, Mr. Anthony
Yeah,
Hopkins,
yeah.
not only worked on David, the new animated film, which is supposed to bring resurgence of religious pro stuff, but
I
also
worked
Star
on
Wars
Star Wars
and
Visions.
yeah, Star Wars
Volume
Visions.
2. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, dude.
All due apologies to everybody who's listening to this now re-recorded conversation, since having this conversation, improvising commentary and script afterwards is rather difficult, but I'm doing my best, and especially with a weird alternate voice.
Yeah.
But he's been involved in a lot, and he deserves a lot more credit for Ozing the recordings and
so-
everything else he does. But let's get started with his actual story.
Dude, yeah, I don't say it a lot. I don't really talk a lot about it. Depending, I don't know. So basically, on Star Wars Visions Volume 2, I worked on Our Song, and Our Song was the last one. It's kind of like these, like they almost look like puppets, you know. It almost looks like stop motion, but it's not. It's all 3D. And I worked on.
This is him continuing to
pretty
talk
much
about the
everything.
Star Wars stuff, by the way.
I had a hand on pretty much everything because the production kind of like dropped halfway. Like my team, they all like left, and I was the only person working on textures. And like the entire city scene that you see in it, that's all done by me. All the houses, all the like some plants, some crates, the little bike thing that they drive on, all of the villages, you know, like loads of stuff, pipes, lots and lots of stuff. And then Doctor Who, I worked on like the whole planets and stuff. Yeah, all the planets. I did like all of the space shit, planets and all that shit. So yeah, and the atmospheres and some like space vehicles.
Talent.
And then
Talent.
on David, I worked on a lot of weapons, spears. I worked on a lot of characters. You'll see there's one musician. She's got like red eyeliner on. People will notice
Yeah.
her. Yeah, she's like one of the people I worked on. I worked on the Amalekites, so like a cult kind of thing with like a really like dark blade with like blood on it, and it's like a twisted kind of blade kind of thing. There's a lot of stuff I can go
Talent. He's a
very
talent.
detailed. Yeah.
He
Straight up.
bro's got years. Talent. Took your shit,
Yeah,
sir.
so quite a bit of stuff.
Took
Dude.
your took your shit, brother.
And now I'm currently working on a new film that I can't say anything about.
Okay. Damn, for real.
I'm excited
Yeah.
to hear what
Sick,
what
dude.
film this
That's
is.
amazing. You didn't even tell me about that. Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
that shit confidential as fuck, boy.
Yeah, there's NDAs, I can't say shit.
Only the AIs can't do everything. I tell you what.
Fuck AI.
AI.
Artificial intelligence.
Hundreds.
Honestly. And that's one of my that's one of the main things that I ended up looking back on and really appreciating about this session, even if it's going to be, the secondary callback and stuff, just regarding this
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it sucks.
it does indeed suck that I could not I could not get my side of the conversation recorded and
For
kept.
real.
But nonetheless, we are here with what I think will be one of the most profound and most groundbreaking Crosscast sessions since its origination, refusing to let the conversation die.
Yo, my name is Dusty from the Valley. I would be wearing a more,
Now for Dusty.
weather appropriate hat, but I literally couldn't find it at the time. But so I threw on the balaclava. And this is the balaclava, and since you're recording, take my headphones off and give you guys a quick demo for the people. This is a Valley. Boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yes, sir.
Boom
And
shakalaka.
it's just like that.
That's-
Just like that, you can start drilling. And then just like that, you can throw it back into a normal citizen like it's nothing. But you can still be repping the Valley like it's nothing. And the DVS, shout out DVS, bruh. But yeah, my name is Dusty, and I rep the DVS till I die. And like I've been trying to stop fucking being too loud, but like I can't stop giving my flowers to Slur and to Vulgr and to Gino and to everyone a part of the DVS because these guys are serious talents that need to be recognized. Like, Vulgr gave me a platform. Slur, I'm dropping an album this month, completely produced, all the beats produced by Slur, and I'll tell you what, shit, like Shawn from Anatomy, because I'll call you Vulgr, I'll call you V, and Shawn from Anatomy, I'm calling you Shawn. So, Shawn,
Splendid.
this guy right here, like, you've been giving him his flowers, and I'm giving him more flowers because, like, yeah, this guy really is a talent. So, yeah, DVS to the moon. So, yeah, I'm Dusty from the Valy Boys. And by the way, just one more thing. I'm in the studio right now, which
He's
the
in the
Valy
studio.
Boys fucking built, and I'm here with the fucking Valy Boys.
With the Valy
Young
Boys.
Mantis, Parasu,
Always
Envy,
of the Valley.
playing fucking poker, having a smoke, having some zummies. Let's go. You know, we locked in. So yeah, back to you, Shawn.
So just some honorable mentions to Red God and to Golden Blue, who's also members of
Red
DVS.
God or Golden Blue.
Yeah, facts. Red Guard, a demon. Shout out Golden Blue, demon. Back to you,
Yeah.
Shawn.
Back to me. Ah. Well, definitely have enjoyed being introduced to these people so far, and I'm noticing that with this session, with this whole chunk
No,
of
we are, though.
commentary, this was without that of the BTS segment. So at the very least, it might not have a Crosscore Patreon exclusive bit, but the thing is, instead, we will just have a 5-hour conversation to unleash upon you all in bits and pieces. So I'm looking forward to
For
it.
real, though. For real. Like, I can go on for... I can say
Dusty's
something
like-
about every single person. and like I can sound on business, and I can show you proof. Go check out our music. Go check out like Spotify. We've done we have proof. We have fucking proof. So I'm not high. I'm not drunk. I'm just trying to tell the truth. This is me.
The energy behind this.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I'll
calm down though.
Like this.
I'm gonna calm down.
Every day he's like this. It's awesome, dude. Having that energy, this guy keeps us fucking.
He's very
that
positive.
shit.
Like,
Very.
honestly, very, very positive all the time.
Thank you.
I don't seem negative ever. So
Yeah.
And the thing is,
one
too,
of my
what they're
like, and if
responding
you listen
about
to our music, there's
is
a lot of dark topics. We talk a
how I
lot of
was-
dark topics. But one of my
I'll wait.
mottos is, we release the beast at the show and we spread peace wherever we go.
spread peace
You know what I mean?
and democracy.
Yeah, man.
DVS, DarkVerse Syndicate.
DarkVerse Syndicate,
Sure.
the future.
Like, we like to fuck shit up, dude. We like to fuck shit up, but I mean, we do it as a team. Like, everybody
As a
that
team,
shows
as
up
a
to the
unit.
gigs and shit, we're all together, we all rock up there as one. We're not hating on each other, we're not, bullshitting each other. We're just having a good time, dude. That's all what it's about, man.
It's all about having a good time, but of course, so far the energy just from the other side of the conversation, let alone my lack thereof beforehand, it allows for this crosscast, I think, to be so much more groundbreaking,
Yeah, dude.
even if it won't be,
Thanks, man.
even if it won't be lip synced at all with my face, with my POV. This is, I think, actually a fantastic opportunity to be able to do my first ever voice acting work and to kickstart that portfolio. But I think next will be our introductions to everyone.
Thanks before, bro. Straight up, like I was still on shit and still just like all fucked up. And now I've been about 2 months sober, like completely sober. I still pack it with the weed and shit. I pack weed every day, like joint after joint. It helps, because I like kind of cold turkey, all the other shit, including alcohol, sort of. But yeah, it's I have my moments of weakness, but things are a lot better now. I'm not using every day. I'm not a fucking zombie. Like I mean, but we're gonna trip shrooms like now, dude. But it's the good shit, bro. It's shrooms. It's not crack cocaine.
All
and
natural,
fucking-
brother.
It's not meth. It's not lean. It's not fucking ecstasy and shit. It's just good old shrooms.
And let
I
me
had a
point out,
problem with
like,
candy
shout out
floss.
Sean for recognizing that. The interviewer, Sean, like,
Yeah,
you're a
dude,
real
bro.
one, yeah, bro. For real.
Dude,
Because,
That's
like,
it.
yeah, you're actually a real
I
one.
try.
You're actually a real one for saying that. Because
dude,
he does.
Dusty's
For
been
real,
with
he
me
does.
for quite a
And he's
few
been through
times,
the fucking
bro.
shits.
Dude, Dusty has been with me a few nights, dude, and we'd be like recording, and we'd be on shit, and like I got it, it was my doing, it was my decision to get it, and then obviously I share. But yeah, you see me in a little bit of that. This guy see me through fucking everything, trap houses and all, dude. Like before Vulgr even started, bro. Like
Yeah,
straight
we've
up,
come a long way, man.
this guy right there,
Even
dude.
before, like, we were just kids back then.
Kids, bro. Yeah, no, this dude I'm glad to have brought onto all of this shit with us. He's like my main dude who I've always wanted to fucking bring on because we've always wanted to start a band together. And unfortunately, checking out the circumstances, we're not a band, but he was a DJ already by the time I started Vulgr. And I was like, you know what, fuck it. I need somebody else with me, and I obviously wanted to be him. And I brought his ass up, dude, and now we're just killing it together like it should be.
And honestly, the thing is too, being that I understand that my last chunk of commentary was regarding my appreciation of how far Vulgr-X Shawn has come since our original session, of course ahead of time before the final version of this strange, peculiar crosscast, embedded somewhere in the Twilight Zone, decides to air, or is aired, which could be as early as Friday, February 27th, which again will be in bits and pieces, but I might just upload it in the bits and pieces format, going from Wednesday, the full thing unleashing Friday. I wanted to say, dear Shawn, dear Vulgr-X, my good friend, the reason that we are here in the first place. I wanted to say that I'm proud of you for making it as far as you have, making music, and maybe one day, through the manifestations of the DarkVerse Syndicate, in the shadows of South Africa, there will be a full-fledged band for you to be a part
Amazing.
of.
Amazing.
Pardon me.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to the future, and I'm looking forward to telling everyone through their own commentary the stories of all of the members of DarkVerse Syndicate in this session. I just have no idea when that commentary actually starts, as it is basically 4 hours of it.
That's amazing, brother. No, that's amazing. Talk your shit.
Dude, Duncan is the best, but like I've got nothing bad to say about that dude. But like, but we actually met Duncan on the night that we met.
Yeah.
Alright? And we did the whole band like autographed our shirt and shit. But we actually chatted with Duncan a little bit, dude, and honestly, fuck all the bullshit.
So basically how
All the
we
bullshit.
met at Summerfest, M4A Summerfest in 2019. That's where the two of us
long
first
time ago.
met. And
Yeah.
that same night, Vulgr-X was playing. Like, that was a wild night.
Yeah.
I still remember a guy broke his knee.
Yeah,
That was fucking wild.
fucking knee was bro, he got trampled in that bro. Ambulance and shit came and like loaded his ass out.
We still chilled after the festival
Yeah.
ended.
Straight up. Dude, but like, I mean, dude, Duncan was just a genuine fucking dude, bro. When we were chilling with him and spoke with him, dude, honestly, I've got nothing bad to say about the dude. I mean, I don't give a fuck about what shit was posted about him and the band. I mean, dude, if everybody gave a fuck about what we do in our own time, then every celebrity would be hated, right? I mean, it's none of us are saints, dude. Like we all have our shit. We all have our demons. We all be doing
And of
shit in
course
the free time, in our own time. You know, it's like we can't be known and in the spotlight all the fucking time, type shit. You know,
Yeah.
so
And of course,
I
this
mean,
As long as
reflects...
you're not diddling anyone,
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
diddling.
well maybe.
cut that out if you want, but don't diddle kids. Valy Boys approved. DVS approved.
Shit.
And of course, then the last chunk of commentary was talking about Duncan Bentley and our
So
highly anticipated
Duncan and me,
Zavlex session.
like,
But
I remember when Vulgr-X like first came up and shit like that, and they toured their first show down here to Cape Town, because they're originally from Durban, you know. Duncan was always the more, yo, hey, how's it going, you know, kind of person. And every time I saw him, I would speak to him, and the rest of the band kind of like ignored me in some sort of way, you know. And I never really took to the rest of the band like I took to Duncan, and I have a lot of respect for Duncan, you know.
Yeah.
He's done like right now with Sinners, because he's also got Sinners on the other side of things. And I spoke to him and I was like, yo, dude, it would be sick to have like Duncan at a show, you know. And people were like, oh no, you know, like we can't have Duncan at a show because Duncan is like I have to step like kind of like Red Guard,
Fuck
you have
it.
to step away, kind of. Oh wait, whoa, wait. Not fuck Red Guard, but like I don't.
God, but the people that don't want people at the show.
Yeah, I just
That's
don't
not the
understand.
reality of it. Like,
I don't understand why people hate on someone that maybe beat his drummer, right? But then you have people that do crowd killing and shit like that. I know it's a big thing, and I'm not sure. I think it's a big thing in America and like overseas and shit, like crowd killing, you know. And people get fucked up at crowd killing shows. And
Yeah,
what
just
do they
agree.
get like reprimanded for it and like tuned for it and like, oh no, now he's like the worst fucking person? No, they don't. So like, also like, dude, people fight in bars like every fucking day, and people fuck people up. It's not like Duncan went and killed someone. Fucking Vulgr-X, I might get backlash for this or whatever. I don't give a fuck though. Vulgr-X like left the dude in Prague, you know, with nothing. Like it's
Same thing happened to
fucked up.
Vitriol.
You don't do that, even though the guy may have. Yeah, dude, it's.
You know, I mean, for so long, you don't do that shit to your bro, man.
Like you like. It was a shitty move. Look, that shitty move from both sides. But again, there's two
A
sides.
shitty
to
move
every
from
story,
both sides.
You know?
Exactly.
And now there's a group of the super group of 5 people or 4 people, Vulgr-X, that all say like, "Yo, he fucked up the drummer," and then there's Duncan. He's one person. So it's 5v1, and then it's the world versus one person.
Yeah.
And everyone's taking Vulgr-X's side, but no one's listening to Duncan's side. So and also like, there was some crazy shit that happened. Like Catherine, his chick got death threats. They got death threats. Everyone got death threats, and I was like, whoa, it's blown out of proportion. You know, they don't deserve that kind of shit. And I fuck with Duncan, and I'll always fuck with Duncan. And I've actually got him on my project, Severance. Like, I thought, like, you know, fuck it. I want Duncan on my project. I don't give a fuck what anyone has to say in South Africa. I don't care. I don't care what anyone has to say in the world, dude. Like, that guy, he's got niche fucking vocals. I can hear him apart from anyone else in the scene.
You reckon that?
Lawandile stepped on the mic, and I was just like, oh, it sounds like everyone else. You know, like, cool. And then...
Same with the new guy. Same with the new guy that, like, just joined the band and then all of a sudden, 3 days later, got hit for sexual assault.
Zion.
Bro, what is happening, dude?
Zion, I think Zion's interesting vocals, but I don't think he like fits Vulgr-X. That's all.
Vulgr-X, bro, that was it.
So, then, getting an opportunity to speak about everything, what I can say is that as we highly anticipate a near-future session sometime in 2026 with Duncan Bentley of Zavleg and not Vulgr-X, what I can say is that for me, the reason that I want to bring Duncan on the show so bad is not only because he is a killer vocalist, not only because I truly understand both sides of the story now, but as well, I think his marketing and the way that he does marketing compared to most of the vocalists in the scene is absolutely incredible. It's unrivaled. And the fact that he is willing to invest a lot of his energy when he is ready into what this show wants to be, what it hopes to become one day, well, that is the main reason I would say that I plan to bring him back onto the show. But nonetheless, I look forward to the opportunity, and if Duncan, if you're listening to this, and you are enjoying what is a improvised re-recording that definitely is not lip-synced with my voice whatsoever, but you end up enjoying the show and you end up becoming more interested in the show, maybe because of the idea of not anymore leaving behind any of the sessions that I do record. Well, I look forward to the first conversation that we have even more, and I understand that life is busy, so I understand that there was a big gap of time, but nonetheless, you know, without taking the boys in DarkVerse Syndicate and their part of the conversation out of context, I really do look forward to the opportunity in the future of having the pleasure, having the luxury of being able to host you on this show that I've worked so hard to build up. And I hope you end up looking forward to the opportunity, as well as Zavleg is going to be only the beginning. I want to host Immortal Disfigurement, King 810, and Shrine as well. So people might refer to it as controversy,
right?
But honestly,
like when it comes to art, like, and especially life, I think I've been having the same. I mean, let me give you context. Like, I don't know much about this drama, but let me say this. Like, when it comes to art, it's about art and life. And when you're an artist, experiences are just as valuable as any money. So, what about that? Can you guys, Shawn, can you comment on that? How old are these guys? You know what I mean? Like, what is that experience like?
All I say is, don't fucking do shit. You can't miss what you haven't had. Don't fuck your mind up and burn out your dopamine receptors and producers with synthetic substances. Just stay clean, bro. the best of fucking, like, especially to the developing brain, because your mind doesn't develop until you're like, what, 25 years old? And even after that, we continue learning. But, I mean, don't go fuck your shit up with substances. I can tell you how every substance feels right now.
Everybody knows that.
And this is reflective commentary about the vitriol situation, by the way.
Most of the time, hard drugs feel like shit when you take them. So, I mean, it's fucking stupid to take them in the first place. There's one thing with having a drink, you know, or smoking a joint, but there's another thing with fucking doing amphetamines. You know, dude, like the amount of pressure that shit put in your chest and the depression and shit the next day is so shitty that it makes you want to get another one, and then you just fuck up like that again, and you get stuck in a cycle, dude. And it's like the calm downs are crazy. But I understand the urge of having to want to do hard drugs.
I mean,
like,
it's like people need to experience it, yeah.
Yeah, dude, like as an addict, I know how the craving feels, dude. Your mind just like locks off, and you just want it. But you like nothing else is gonna fill that hole right now. You know.
An addict,
And you know that when you get it, you're gonna feel alright again.
But I feel like if you are part of a big record label like Century Media, for instance, because I look at Century Media as like, whoa, you've made it if you're on that, you know. Why go and fuck up everything and take drugs?
It's human nature, man.
I get it, but you
Shit.
are a professional
Type shit.
performing artist. Say like Whitechapel, say Phil Bozeman, for instance, went and did cocaine. And,
Yeah. But wait,
You know,
you
like
look
it
at
would.
the industry though. Look at the industry, dude. Especially when
Yeah,
it's all
you
around
can't, you can't be so hard on these
Yeah.
artists, because art, you have to understand that at the same time, I feel, okay, this is just my opinion, like art and addiction clearly, based on all the history of music, has had a very close relationship. You know, these artists are clearly trying to
But why
express
though?
something.
Why?
It's
Why?
something in their head. It's something they've been through. Something. It's
Dude,
something.
that's why.
It's something to do with art and addiction.
Fucked up. We're fucked up people. We come from a shitty background. We come from some kind of trauma, some shitty fucking bond. Like, every artist is fucked up. So, yes, that makes very much fucking sense. I mean, my favorite artist is Vincent van Gogh. That motherfucker cut his ear off. Alright? I respect that dude, bro. Like, he's my hero. Alright? Even though he's just fucking painted, motherfucker had the guts to cut his ear off on absinthe. Alright? Next fucking level.
And
But
this is where the
he
audio
was
starts to
very
cut out.
mentally unstable. He was drowning his shit with absinthe, and that just was his drink, you know, and like, if you look at every artist at the end of the day, it all comes from something. I believe that music comes from a very more deeper point than fucking just being happy all the time. Music, especially the blues, comes from straight fucking misery, as if you had three ex-wives and an unpaid mortgage.
And
I
it
mean,
also doesn't help that the scene, like the lifestyle promotes like sex, drugs, and
Yeah, no,
rock and
that
roll. You
shit.
know, like that's what people, like a lot of people will join bands for that
Yeah.
lifestyle. So it doesn't help that like that's the lifestyle that a lot of people strive to
Yeah, dude.
go towards.
Even when I was using, I did not condone. Like, I don't condone this shit. Fucking that, dude, it's a void. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll, dude, that shit will swallow you. That, like, after that is nothing but misery.
And of course, in the original recording of this conversation, my end of the narrative, my end of the commentary was a lot more, like, there was a lot more noise going on. But what I can say is that the last major talking point was about Vitriol and how they fell apart because the main frontman was doing cocaine for a long time, and the cocaine got into this, you know, all the members were doing it, and eventually they left him for dead. I think he's still figuring out stuff to this day, and it's basically the end of February of the next year. But what I can say is that there have been many examples of major rock and roll artists like Freddie Mercury of Queen or even Elton John who were encouraged, coerced, and given the opportunity only temptation being the final string, the final push and pull to invest into these harder substances. I think it is up to the musician or individual as they continue climbing up the ladder to have the integrity and not ingest any type of harder substances, anything beyond nicotine, marijuana, or possibly even psychedelic shrooms. But even then, it's like that could be a dangerous game if you're not used to the substances. So that's what I was talking about last, I do believe.
Yeah. I think actually, let me rephrase kind of what I said earlier. It's not addiction. I think it's more to do with pain. Because obviously, when you have pain, you try to drown the shit out, right, with addiction. Alright? So if you're dealing with pain, then that eventually turns into the art that you do. Okay. So,
And I agree with V, and if I can comment on V real quick, like V, I know where you're going with this, and I just would like to say, like, with all of us here, I've spent very close time with everyone here, and I know for a fact that everybody, myself, Slur, and Vulgr, Gino, I don't know as much as you, but let me just comment on Vulgr and Slur and myself. We feel such an intense emotion when it comes to whatever. Like, for me, I feel such just intense emotion when it comes to anything. Happiness, depression, I feel the deepest depression and the happiest happy song are actually the closest together because they almost bring you to tears, both of them, right? It's like going in the club, right? So like
it gives
that's
you
what
them goosebumps,
all I can say is just like it's something to do with that feeling. It's something to do with that addiction, that drowning, that hurt, that pain. Like I know for a fact when I smoke, when I hurt myself, when I skate, like when something is blocking that like initial just like pain that I live with. It's like maybe it may sound cringe, but like it's just like that's why I wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning and smoke a doobie. It's just because like there's this initial uncomfort that I live with, and if I
Part
make
of why I skate is because of the pain, dude.
it's just
Oh, I
something.
skate, dude.
It's something about feeling so much that you don't want to
Feeling it.
feel so much. Like when this isn't something that like we picked up when we were adults. That's why I think our music is so good because that's all we're the true artists. Like we make really good music, and I can stand on that. Vulgr makes really good music. Slur makes really good music. I make really good music. We all make really good music together, and anybody that's listening to this right now, go listen to our music. But yeah, like we clearly feel some sort of deep emotion that just translates into the art, and people and you can hear that, and you can hear that. That's what makes a good song. It's you can hear that emotion. That's it.
Without a doubt, I agree with this, and I do believe my last chunk of commentary from the original conversation was concerning albums and different artists, not of Freddie Mercury or Elton John, of Elton John and Queen, but other bands that I've seen over time that seem to create greater and more impactful art once they have ingested different, possibly addicting substances. Cane Hill and their 2018 album Too Far Gone, at least compared to that of A Piece of You That I Left Behind, which released then in 2024. I do believe that there are plenty of situations where either pain or an overabundance of happiness compels artists and compels musicians to create the best music they can. You can't exactly conjure it from nowhere. You can't exactly write or create music off of absolutely nothing. Now you can, like I do, indulge in hypotheticals as far as lyrics or narrative concern, narrative concept, but
Amazing.
ultimately, and that's definitely not in reference
Yeah.
to what I was talking about, but after all, this is improv. This is improvisation. But there are plenty of albums and EPs over the years that I've listened to where it all comes from a very strange place. Cane Hill's Too Far Gone was all of them taking LSD together and deciding to write an album for Rise Records. And then eventually they would bounce over to out of line music instead. So, for me, ultimately, it's all about having that integrity, for sure. And at least if you're going to be more experimental with even your baseline foundations of creative input, you have to have the integrity necessary to understand that once you've climbed a ladder enough, there will certainly be temptations, but it's up to you, and it's up to you alone to figure out whether or not the temptation and indulging these vices will end up being worth it in the end. Now, ultimately, I have no idea what the next chunk of commentary will allude to, but that would probably be my stance, my opinion, my perspective on all of those matters regarding these artists and musicians that I've dove into, and bands like Shrine and Mouse with their album Sheol. Not that they're probably going to talk about that at all, but that's an album that definitely came from a darker place, including occultic ritual activity that they partook in back in the day when Israel, or Izzy, was still in the band. But anyways, definitely we're not laughing at that.
Maybe one of them, yeah, maybe.
Sort your shit out, and then go to the next step.
Yo, but some people operate off that shit, though. That's the thing. Some people operate off it.
I get it.
Dude,
Yeah.
I've been doing that straight for work now for 2 years, and you eventually can't take it anymore. You eventually can't take it anymore, dude. Like
Hold
it
on,
does
hold on.
break.
In DVS, I'm probably the one
Hold on, let's-
person that doesn't like dive deep into drugs and shit like that. I don't do cocaine. I don't do like any hard shit ever. I will smoke weed. And well, I haven't had a sip of alcohol in like 90 plus days or something. So
Okay,
not that I was like, not that I was addicted to it or anything. I just thought, fuck it, I don't need it. I'll stop. You know, I'm probably the most anxious person. Very anxious, hella anxious.
I have crippling anxiety as
so
well.
I do unfortunately take some benzos, but it's not to like for drugs. It's for just to calm the fuck down. So
Actually,
like if you look at if you look at say Scrim and Ruby from Suicide Boys, they have made it to a level like where they are unsigned, so they belong to Grey 5-9, you know, their own record label, and they have made it so fucking big, but they've become sober, right? And can you imagine if they were still on that fucking binge of hella drugs and shit like that? They'd probably
They'll probably be
a
dead
year
by now. They'll be dead by now.
You know?
And I love Scrum, dude. Like
same-
Scrum has
same with,
gotten
like-
me out of shit.
Same with like Lil Peep and like, you know, Juice WRLD and those like homies. you
Rest
know,
in
like,
peace.
Yes, rest in peace to those homies. And well,
Yeah.
X wasn't drug related, but like, there's no need to once you get to a certain level. I understand, like, yeah, fuck yeah, you can like party and have fucking drugs and like do your thing and like you surrounded by homies that fucking smoke and like do drugs and shit like that and whatever. You've got tons of money and bank and whatever. But if you are part of, like, if you are as big as those homies and there's millions of people that are watching you, do not fucking go out there and be like, yo, I fucking take lean and I do this and I fucking cocaine and meth and, you know, all those people are going to fucking follow you. All those people are going to follow in your footsteps. If you're part of something like fucking Paramount Records or whatever the fuck, you know, do not fuck that up for yourself.
Yeah.
Don't do that. If you're part of Century Media, if I have to make it to Century Media ever, I will be like goody two shoes, bro. Like I will not fuck that up for myself.
Also, wait. Do you also maybe believe it could be the record label's fault in any way, shape or form, maybe? Maybe they make it easily accessible. A lot of record labels do that. You know, that's why it's a bad idea to get involved with record labels, because they actually encourage you to spend the loan that they're about to give you, alright, on all the fancy shit so they can get you in debt with it.
You can spend your shit on fancy shit for sure, you know?
For sure, yeah. But you need to owe them back.
You don't need to spend your money on like drugs and shit that's gonna fuck your life up, dude.
Sometimes they encourage it, bro.
It's very
It
easy looking
all
from
depends on the manager that you get, man. You gotta be very smart. You gotta be like super smart about a manager if you're gonna get it, bro. Some of them do lead you straight into the grave. And some of the record labels do it too. And they mark it as a fucking accident. And then it's actually an assassination so that they can profit off of your ass.
I understand, like,
And
look,
it's definitely looking from the outside in. It's easier looking from the outside in, but we have to understand that it goes deeper than. I mean, Shawn was shaking his head, was disagreeing. Shawn, our
Only a little bit.
podcaster, he was disagreeing. I saw him shaking his head there. He was like, no. Shawn, can you comment on why you're shaking your head there?
I don't think that any of the record labels these days are involved in the vice indulgencies of certain rock and roll artists, but I do believe that back in the day, during the first couple generations, I do believe that the record labels, as well as personal band management, encourage such terrible behavior.
Yeah. I do believe we live in a more straight edge era, yeah. Definitely.
Yes, absolutely. And it's because we've seen the stories of people like Michael Jackson, Elton John, Freddie Mercury, even, I think, Motley Crue, because there's a whole movie on it, and they were one of those artists. I mean, hell, just back in the day, it was a lot more encouraged, and that's why a lot more parents were against their children getting into rock and roll or becoming rock and roll stars, because the reality of it was, even the people who were in charge of giving them money that way they could become rock stars, the culture was so young, counterculture was so young that it was almost exclusively to indulge different vices and to get people in trouble. And most likely that's how people like Michael Jackson lost their life.
Definitely. And can I carry on from where you said from what, like 70s, 80s? Let's move on into the 90s. And okay, let me comment on which my era was, because I'm 22 now. So I'm 22. I was in high school in 2017. So I was listening to Lil Peep, I was listening to XXX, I was listening to Juice WRLD. And I mean, all those homies died, 21. And even coming through into the 2020s, so metal was impacted by the 80s, the 70s and the 80s, and you guys saw the impact of that. Like, I'm sure, like, name all the people that died with that, right? And like, and I mean, even the old people now that are struggling. I mean, Ozzy couldn't even stand up off his fucking chair. Rest his soul. But I mean, like, he looked great, but he couldn't even stand up. I love Ozzy.
Let's look
But yeah.
at the 90s.
All the
Let's
respect
look
to
at
Ozzy.
the 90s,
Rest in
because
peace.
that's also where I can relate the most. When I look at bands like Korn, Slipknot, Linkin Park, all those bands, I look at them and they were the same age that I am now when they were younger. When I started listening to them was when they was the same age when they started. And I look at where they are today. They've gone through all those struggles, addiction, abuse, like, you know, new metal. If you look at all those bands,
New metal is indeed a method-infused subgenre of counterculture.
and they release all that shit in their music. And you look at where some of those bands are today, like Linkin Park, Korn. You know, they made it big. They revolutionized movements. They revolutionized scenes. You know, like, I look at bands like that and think, like, damn, when they were my age, they went through the same struggles as me. And look at where they are. And that's kind of what pushed me.
Same in a way. I can comment
Like,
on that.
they went through the same struggles as me. I can relate through them the most. I can relate to their lyrics the most. And some of them still go through the same struggles. You look at
For real, yeah.
You look at Chester. He went through the same struggle to the day that he died. And it's sad. You know, it shows you that as successful as you can be, that side can still suck you in. But it's still, if you look at bands like Korn, Slipknot, all those guys, they also went through the same shit and they made it.
Some of them do die on the way, though. Some of them do.
Definitely. But most of
And
them
with that,
the
and with
struggles
that,
they went through.
Yeah, and with that, through the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, we've seen all this loss. We've seen the impact of the drugs, and all I'll say is, 2025 into 2026, it isn't any better, but it's just now under the radar. People keep it way more under the radar, but it's still a thing. People are still taking just as much drugs. People are still just as sad. Yeah, people are just but it's just under the radar now, and it's not yeah.
Through those struggles. I mean, if you look at like Korn, Jonathan Davis still struggles with his alcoholism to this day.
And his wife fucking just randomly passed
You know,
away.
so
I
like,
can understand why the dude is drinking. I don't blame him.
you know, at the end of the day, it's life. We all face our struggles
We all
in
fall
different
down.
ways. It's just about how we get up at the end of the day, I guess. You know, like we need to do what we can to survive at the end of the day, and it's up to us and us alone. We can't rely on the next guy
And
to
that's why
get us through the day.
I will go back to Duncan Bentley and I'll say that homie, he's a real one. Even if he was under the influence of whatever the fuck, whatever he did, sure, it's in the past. Cool. People need to get the fuck over it.
I agree.
Definitely.
It's
So,
not like he fucking
that was
murdered
really
someone
bad.
or killed
Yeah.
someone or he
People
killed a child or
become
some shit, you know?
better versions of themselves.
Yeah.
Duncan has changed. He's got a child of his own, you know? He's a father. And I still see that homie as like a proper person. He's a human. He's just a human being. We're all humans. We all make
We're all
mistakes.
making mistakes, dude.
There's every single person that judged that motherfucker has made a mistake in their life.
And I can admit that I
No
judged him
one's fucking
early on.
perfect. So I will rep
Right.
Duncan to the fucking moon and back forever, and I don't care what the scene says about me. They can all go fuck themselves if they hate it or whatever.
And I stand by that.
Honestly, too, I wanted to conclude because most likely there was some conversation, some narrative, some commentary that I infused into there, and you'll see throughout the session that originally there was a lot of noise. There was a lot of moments where we had to be like,
Yeah.
hey, like we need to talk one at a time. But the thing is, now, reflecting again upon this conversation and really understanding and accepting and admitting that drug use and drug abuse is still very much a thing, even in the modern industry. Folks like Chester Bennington, they obviously did not pass away simply of a drug overdose. People like
No one.
Yeah, literally.
Chester Bennington or Chris Cornell, they definitely were. They did not just
That shit.
overdose. They were murdered for wanting to expose child trafficking rings. But nonetheless, yes, bands like Korn, Slipknot, the new metal era, that was infused almost exclusively with methamphetamines, and that's why drugs do indeed still affect the industry
Yeah.
today.
Elitism.
But ultimately, it's important to understand that each of us are different in that way, and each of us struggle. And the more you climb up the ladder, the more pressure you get, and therefore you're encouraged to indulge more vices.
I don't vote. Fuck voting. I don't vote.
I think that's all I had to say about the drug
It does.
effect on the industry.
Yeah.
I've always seen myself as an anarchist.
Yeah.
Like, I don't believe in politics.
Fuck
I
the
don't
government.
believe in chaos either. We do need some sort of structure.
They're going to put a flag in
We
the next
don't
video.
believe in the politics that the world is following at the moment.
No, it's bullshit.
Like,
It's fucking retarded. What the fuck are they doing?
I totally forgot about that segue, but apparently this is where Kick started talking about politics. Not only that, but just probably talking about how greater governments and stuff and, what used to be regarded as conspiracy theory, how that sort of integrates into the music industry, which does follow suit with the Chester Bennington, Chris Cornell comment. Many actors and people who are trying to fight against that, they are, no longer with us because they tried to expose it. But
Yeah.
yeah, and it's not just that. Like, literally everything has become commercialized. Like, movies, counterculture,
Everything is fucked.
metal, punk, goth. Everything is commercialized.
Everything is fucked.
You can literally walk into a pep. You can walk into a pep store and you'll find some sort of goth or metal branded shirt.
I don't-
Like, I
Metal
promise
t-shirts
you,
in
I
Walmart.
don't think they know Pep store.
and
Nah,
Pep is
I don't think they have a Pep store.
a clothing store. It's like where you get the cheapest
It's
clothing.
cheap stuff.
But like you can literally walk in there and you probably find a Nirvana or ACD.
You go to the China shops, bro.
Like,
There's Chinese clothing shops that we got just like popped up over here. But they got all the cool shit. Maybe rip-offs, but it's still cool shit. And for bro, I got some my shit from there. What you talking?
that's the thing, man. That's how even tattoos, dude. Tattoos are commercialized.
Dude,
It's such
saturated as fuck.
It's normal to have a tattoo these days. When I was a kid, it was satanic to have a tattoo.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, it was satanic
You know,
to
it was
be
still
into.
fun.
It was satanic to be into anime. It was satanic to enjoy playing games. Like everything I enjoyed doing was satanic back then. And now you look at it today. You look at glasses. Back then, people were teased for wearing glasses. Today, it's a fashion statement. Like that's how. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about real glasses. Like it's a fashion statement today. Like that's how commercial everything has become.
Without a doubt, there are a lot of things that used to be considered counterculture that are now regarded and welcomed into the mainstream, and now it's rather basic to be a metalhead. It's rather basic to have tattoos or have stretched ears. But as long as you conform to other philosophies that might contradict your own, that's how you're welcomed into society, and I think that's a big red flag.
Question. Let's speak for both of us right now. We would love for them if they did shut the fuck up about it, but they not go out of their way to go fucking look like us.
I agree with that. Like, just let me do my fucking job.
Don't just say that you want to come do some shit. And you want to come look like us. No, come on. Please don't be inspiring earlier.
Just keep quiet.
One at a time.
This is where the actual noise starts coming in.
And
Okay, wait. Fuck all that shit. We here for an interview, right? Shawn,
talking two serious topics here.
tell your shit, because now
Let's
I
get
know
into the
we are
bundas.
deep
Let's
shit.
get into the deep shit.
We are now deep in shit with controversial cock with women. So we are so
I don't even hear them anymore.
on the foot again. Alright. Let's get the fuck out. Let's get
V, you need to turn your gain down, brother. V, turn your gain down.
again, my bad.
Fuck the gain.
The laptop light, so just turn it down a bit.
Fuck.
Just turn it down a bit. Just turn it down a bit.
Let's hear
I'm a try.
let's hear what
I'm
Shawn,
high energy now, man. I'm seeing my homie now.
That's better, that's better.
Shawn,
Wow.
oh, Vulgr, V. Shh.
Yo,
Everyone-
Shawn from the Anatomy Crosscast. Gino is leaving soon. So we've done, how many shows have we done? 10 shows. Like a good 10 shows now from 2024 to 2025. And now our main DJ is leaving us.
Still gonna come down quite a few times.
Dude, homie's still coming down 4 times a year to come play shows and shit with us. So, like, I'm contemplating on even thinking about getting a new fucking DJ. Fuck that.
Yeah, we're gonna take this thing to Durban.
Dude, we
Yeah.
gonna deal with this shit. We got him in Durban. We can crash by. We got my sisters to crash by in
It's a different
Pretoria.
city, Shawn.
Huh?
Durban is a different city in South Africa.
I don't give a fuck. We got a tour there in
We
all
gotta let,
fucking
we're
country.
letting the Americans know what we're giving geography lessons to the
Bro.
Americans, man.
Well, we
What
have
are you
to tour
doing?
the whole country before we can tour the world, right?
And
Yes,
this
yes,
is the
but
part where
anyway,
Vulgr-X did
Durban-
not realize
we're
that
in
we
Cape
were
Town right now.
trying to distinguish
We've
Cape Town
done
from Durban.
10 shows as far as I've been in DVS from 2024 to 2025. It's been about 10 shows. And now our main homie, our main DJ is moving off to a different city.
It's
A
only
different
just
city
moving.
to expand.
It's just moving.
So we're expanding.
Yeah,
To
well,
expand.
Yeah, it doesn't mean the end, man. Like, it doesn't mean the end.
We're expanding.
He's still with us. He's going to be coming down to play shows. He's my homie. I'm not going to fucking replace him.
And therefore, the misunderstanding was watered down as we were able to distinguish Cape Town from that of Durban, whilst I tried to fill in the conversation afterwards.
Durban. Durban.
Durban.
Say it with us.
Durban,
Say it with us,
not
Sean.
Denver.
Durban. Durban.
Jesus, are you from Durban? Yeah. Hey, you know, there's a stupid gift, my bring. Hey, oh shit, Durban is a real place, huh?
Shit.
Yeah.
Sean, take over. Let's continue.
Sean, you take it from here. Right? Fuck back there, because we just spent like 45 minutes talking shit. Let's, yeah, we all mentally ill. Let's get on with this shit.
No, not mentally ill. We just have a lot of energy and passion and enthusiasm.
Shit, bro.
Yeah, we want him to invite us back. Fuck.
I got a bunch of mental tension.
Of course, eventually we do indeed want all of the members of DarkVerse Syndicate, as well as all the collaborators on the new Severance full-length album, the EP that Anthony plans to cook up. We hope to invite all of them back, and this will be only part 2 out of possibly 12. But now I do believe we are finally descending into the main commentary, making it to where that first hour and 2 minutes, hour and 3 minutes, can be turned into the behind-the-scenes segment for this Anatomy Crosscast, making it to where at the very least, instead of there being 5 hours of commentary, there can be 4.
So, let's go ahead and begin the people part of the podcast.
Check it out, right? So, my name is Dusty. That's
With Dusty.
not my real name, but let's call it Dusty. We won't go into the real names, because that's all it is. So, it's 2024. I've been making music, I'd say hip-hop alternative hip-hop, since 2020.
Not 24.
Since 20, I know that. So I've been making hip-hop, alternative hip-hop since 2020, inspired by Lil Peep, inspired by XXXTentacion, inspired by Juice WRLD, inspired by Suicide Boys, big inspiration by Suicide Boys. I'll say it here right now, but or maybe I'll save it for a different interview, but Dusty and Ruby have a very similar, syllables. So yeah, I've been making music since 2020 and inspired by all those people, been loving it, mixing my own vocals. I've got 3 people. I've got Slur, Parasu, the homie right behind me. You've been seeing him the entire time. That guy right there. He's actually the guy that I first started rapping on beats for. And yeah, so in fact, yeah, I created my own collective besides the DVS, the Valy Boys. But since 2020, making music, mix my own vocals, and then fast forward 2024, I get a tweet or thread? V, was it a tweet or a thread?
Definitely not a tweet.
It was a
thread.
bro.
It was a thread. So this is some serious 2020 shit, right? So 2024, I get a thread from Vulgr-X, right? And it's I'm starting a trap metal group, and I need artists, and we're performing, and we're starting our own shit, and we're doing it. So I just sent him. I sent him a DM immediately, like, yo, I'm an artist in Cape Town. I'm keen to do shows. This is my link. Check out all my shit. At the time, I was recording on a USB mic. I had 10 music videos out at the time, all shot by myself. And all vocals on the USB mic, mixed by myself. YouTube beats, and yeah, like I think he took 10 minutes. It was 10 minutes. I sent him the link. He looked at all my music videos, and he was like, yeah, no, you in.
Facts.
He's listening. Yeah, I'm sure he's listening.
No. Sean, did you lose your keys or something there, brother?
No.
So yeah, literally, I sent him the link to my shit. 10 minutes later, he was like, nah, you in. And since 2024 to 2025, we've just been doing shows. I've been in it every single show, 10 shows down now. And yeah, I've just been killing it. Like, and I think I'm more hip-hop than metal. Let me put that down right now. You listen to all my music, I'm more hip-hop than metal. But ever since I've been performing with the DVS squad, I've been introducing a little bit more, louder vocals, a little bit more heavier vocals. I wouldn't say they're metal vocals, but I'd say they're at least like Scarlord-esque, Ruby the Cherry when he's screaming, shouting, more belting. I call it belting. Belting/shouting. But yeah, dude. It's been an amazing experience, and I'll tell you what, there's nobody else down here doing it like we're doing it.
Nobody.
Definitely.
Nobody.
So yeah, it's been up and down like any other band would be, especially in South Africa. There's no scene, especially hip hop, trap metal. There's no scene out here, so we're building it from the ground up, and people are loving it. So yeah, 2 years in. 10 shows in 2 years, it's not the most amount of shows. Definitely not the most amount of shows, but we've learned a lot, we've pushed through, and we've got it done every single time. Every single show we've put on, we've got it done every single time. So yeah, it's just about growth, it's about doing it, carrying on and growing that. Like, we live in the age of technology, the age of social media. So it's really just about carrying that consistency on the live side and the social media side.
Absolutely. No, like the thing is too, that's why I was so excited to get this session done, is because my understanding is that Cape Town and that major Cape Town, South Africa region of the world really has yet to develop a scene. Like, back in the day, I remember the only band or artist that I knew from Cape Town was that of Dianthword. And they were kind of like the pop music of Cape Town, and that's what I knew for the longest time. That's all I knew. So when bands like Vulgr-X or Boris the Blade, I think, ended up popping up...
And
who?
Boris the Blade.
Oh, so Dianthword, it's pronounced Dianthword. It's Afrikaans, but it's all good. There's no hate. I'm just educating. Sorry.
Right.
Carry on.
Pronouncing it wrong. It's pronounced the antwoord.
The antwoord, yeah. I knew something.
Dianthword is the antwoord. Okay, carry on, Sean. Sorry.
You're good. So I only knew...
It's also pronounced Vulgr-X. Yeah, Vulgr-X.
Vulgr-X, Dianthword, and then that of Boris the Blade. Those are really the only artists that I knew of local to that area.
Sean.
Yes, sir.
When you say Boris the Blade, dude, Boris the Blade did not come from South Africa.
No?
No, not at all.
Oh, damn.
Interesting fact, Sever came from South Africa, from Cape Town.
Sever. They used to be known as Sever guys.
Huh.
Yeah, they're from Cape Town.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But to your point, carry on your point.
Yeah, no, for sure. Well, I mean, I appreciate Anthony correcting me, because I know there's a band that with a similar name, if not Boris the Blade, but I've known up until recently, and really up until the first Crosscast that me and Shawn did back in 2022, that you guys didn't really have a scene. And not only that, but in 2025 specifically, there's been a strange movement I've been seeing of a lot of people in Cape Town or in the South African region of the world, while encouraging, death to a certain race, to a certain, it's been kind of catching me off guard, and seeing, people chanting this at music festivals and stuff. And then, whether it was Cape Town or another country located near the southern corner of Africa, the African continent. I remember their president ended up going to the White House saying that this wasn't happening, and then they pulled up the footage from the music festivals on the little TV that they had in the Oval Office. So understanding that then and kind of observing that from afar, I think that the DarkVerse Syndicate will be the beginning, alongside Vulgr-X, of the Anatomy Crosscast really having a presence in that very scene that is building up brick by brick as time passes on.
100%.
Yeah, you guys are making moves, and hopefully
You've seen it.
yeah, hopefully then the Anatomy Crosscast will have a major presence here going into 2026 in South Africa. That'd be really cool, because currently we seem to be making a presence in New Zealand with bands like Utilize the Remains, Depths, and then the Rising Tide, and that's just the beginning. We already have our other bands in mind that we're going to be interviewing, including none other than Alex Paul of Organectomy and Plague of the Fallen, which is Dan Ferguson's other band. And then we're already making a presence in Australia as well, interviewing bands that I don't think a lot of people listen to from that region of the world. So New Zealand, Australia, Indonesia, which is really cool, and then hopefully then Cape Town, South Africa, when we're not talking about U.S. local artists that we've hosted since April of 2021. So, Dusty?
On a side note, I might be able to hook you up with a couple of contacts to interview from the Cape Town and South African scene.
That would be awesome.
Like, I'm quite involved in the scene as it is, so I can chat to a couple of people and, you know, maybe get a few local bands that you can interview.
Yeah, that would be awesome, man. I really appreciate that, Gino. And speaking of Gino, then, let's go ahead and hopscotch over to you and allow you the opportunity to properly introduce yourself. Take about 10 to 20 minutes. Take us back in time to the beginning of what you think is relevant to you joining the DarkVerse Syndicate, and take us up until now, sir. Take the wheel.
Yeah, so I guess me would start all the way back in high school when I started getting into like metal and all that, and wanted to kind of start my own band. Like, you know, one of my first bands that would introduce me to this kind of music was Linkin Park. You know, like that band got me through life in every way. I can recite every lyric to you from the first album to at least the third one, 1,000 Suns.
That's wonderful.
Minutes to Midnight, I mean. But yeah, like, and that's where my journey in this type of music started, and where I wanted to start as a musician. And that went all the way through high school. I moved to Durban, tried something there, didn't happen, moved to Cape Town, started a project called Doomsday Forever, which I've done a few things with, but it hasn't really taken off yet. But then I kind of transitioned, like, I had a friend that moved to the UK, and he asked me, dude, I am DJing at this place called Barclays. Do you want to take over? And I was like, well, fuck yeah, why not? Let's give it a try. And that's kind of where my DJing thing started. I DJed at Barclays as a resident DJ for about a year before they shut down, and freelanced a bit, and that's when Shawn came with the whole Vulgr-X thing, and they said, yo dude, do you want to DJ for me? And I was like, well, fuck yeah, let's do it. And like, as I also mentioned earlier, we also come quite a long way. Like, I moved to Cape Town back in 2019, and that's when we met at Metal for Africa Summerfest.
Facts.
And we've just kind of been fucking hanging out since then. We've been talking about doing bands and projects. We started a lot of dreams, like one of them was we wanted to start called Bubonic Plague. And that was kind of like a dream for a long time. We separated for a while and then got back together. And that's kind of also when the Vulgr-X thing started. We started I started DJing for him, and that's when he came with the whole DVS thing. And from there, I've just been DJing for all the artists that's been involved, but I've also been doing a lot of side DJ gigs. Like, on top of working with Info8 closely in terms of operations and management, I also have been DJing for them for quite a while. And if you look at like the shirts that they usually sell, if you look at the back where they print all the DJ names, you'll also see my name GinoXide there. So yeah, I've been involved with quite a lot of stuff in events. I also started my own brand called Distortion Aesthetics, which I also hosted my first event for, which was very successful. It had some big names like Mind Assault, which is a all death metal band from Cape Town, quite big in the scene, and also what was it? No, what were they called again, Anthony? That power metal band. Sabretooth. Yeah, Sabretooth. They made a big comeback. They also a big name in the scene. Slur played that same show, and another band called We Kill Cowboys.
Okay.
That was quite a successful launch to my brand. And since then, I've just kind of been intertwining distortion with DVS and all that.
Nice.
And yeah, now I'm also moving to now I'm also moving to Durban, which gives us an opportunity to expand to that side.
Okay. Sweet. And yeah, Durban is definitely
expanding.
Oh yeah, for sure. Durban is definitely new territory for me because, let alone this year alone, and to wrap up the final half of 2025. No, that's not true. So throughout the entirety of 2025, I have now been introduced to 2 brand new countries through this show, which I didn't think would ever happen. But I think that is really...
Well, it's not countries, it's provinces.
Right.
South Africa is one country, and then we've
Right.
got different provinces. KZN, which is KwaZulu-Natal, the Western Cape, which is where Cape Town is. Like it's a bit different from the United States.
Right, absolutely. So what I was meaning to say is that, like, I got introduced to new countries like Malta and Myanmar, which
Yes.
used to be Burma. But also, it seems that we're, yes, getting introduced to new cities and provinces in countries that we've already interviewed. And for this session, that would be Durban. Like, I've never heard of Durban as a city or province before. That's the point I was trying to get to.
Yeah,
Not that it's a
like the
brand new
second
country.
biggest city next to Cape Town, I'd say. Like it's the Cape Town is a beachfront, and Durban as well. Like they both like at the exact opposite sides, but ocean side.
Interesting. Okay. Well, definitely 2 different city province names that I hope to get more and more familiar with as time passes by. And, maybe this is just truly the beginning of us interviewing bands and different musical talents from that side of the world.
Yeah, dude.
And this will probably be the very beginning.
We should know bands. We should know bands from that area, actually. I think I might actually know too.
I know a few because I actually stayed in Durban for 2 years
I'll
before.
forward that shit to you, man. I'll forward the list to you. And then, yeah.
Badass. Okay. So then, kind of continuing upon the more brief but like extensive introductions, let's go ahead and have Slur, Anthony, go ahead and mention maybe the beginning of everything relative or everything relevant to who you are now. And let's keep it relatively short in reference to you joining DVS, the DarkVerse Syndicate. And next time, when we have you on for Uphold Wounds or Severance, we'll dig deeper then.
Okay, cool. I'll just do a quick rundown. Listen to metal. First listen to metal, listen to rap, like when I was much younger, like 14, 15. Joined a Christian school.
was introduced to Slipknot. Weird. And from there on, it was just metal, like all the way through. And they called me satanic and all that shit and whatever. And then I left that and, like just being part of a whole lot of bands. I've played live in a band called The Impairment Theory back in 2010, 2011, 2012. I played for 3 years, played many shows, won many Battle of the Bands, whole lot of shit, loads. It was a deathcore band, that old deathcore era, like annotations of an autopsy,
Yeah.
and like As Blood Runs Black, that kind of shit, we even covered a couple tracks, but yeah, we had our we've got 2 tracks out somewhere on the internet. I don't know, I don't care either. I hate that band, fuck them. Yeah, really, literally, I can say it. Fuck them, fuck all of them. Actually, I've got a song about the other vocalist that I wrote as Slur, but we can get to that. Anyway, so like moving forward, I've done projects with my buddy Vu, and learned how to mix and master, and like learned a little bit of things. We used to get high a lot in his garage and like smoke a whole bunch of weed and then just write grindcore. And then I've got a grindcore band that I made called Barbar, which means barbarian in Afrikaans. And the song's name is Fuck, and it's literally just like chaotic as shit for like 2 minutes straight. And then I've got another band that I started, which was a slam band called Pussface. And obviously that means vagina face, but it's just a harsh slang term. And it will probably get cancelled today because it is really fucking vulgar and fucked up. I feel like it would get cancelled.
Can't be any worse than Larry Wang's lesbian tripping squirt band. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Well, no, it's probably not as bad as that, but I mean, it does touch on some like bestiality and some like fucked up shit, So yeah, but it's a dead band. Nothing's come of it, We had a whole story and whatever. We were just, it was some funny thing, a slam band. Vulgr-X actually, when they started, noticed it and like just said it would have been cool with better production, but back then, that was 2015, 2014, I don't know. And then it moved on to another band who wanted to make something like Born of Osiris, and then I made something called Robotize, and we got a feature from another local band at the time called Creating the God Form, which was a slow down tempo deathcore.
That one, dude, one of our homies, dude, was a fucking tight homie. We actually all live in the same hood. Yeah.
Remember, his name was Michael.
Michael, yeah. What's the drummer's name?
I don't know what the drummer's name was. The guy that we chill with was Michael, and he was based. We used to chill a lot with the drummer from Creating the God.
He's crazy.
He's drumming for a bunch of Afrikaner bands at the time. I remember.
That's crazy. All right.
Awesome, bro.
Get to the DVS.
And then like from there it went on to like struggling to find people to get a live project together, And so I thought, you know what, let me try rapping. I remember in college when I was in the animation school, I tried to rap once and I was cringy as shit. I couldn't rap for shit, But all my years in music, I kind of made a whole lot of solo projects, did a whole lot of solo shit, and I finally decided to rap on a track with my buddy Vu. He was making beats at the time, and we kind of just smoking weed and shit like that in his garage, and his garage, garage. His garage, and we were kind of like just chilling and shit like that, and from there it moved on to me kind of ripping some beats off YouTube, kind of like the free to use beats. And then I was like, I can't do that anymore. I got to make my own shit, And then I met a homie called PJ. He is going to feature in a lot of my stuff to come. especially with my current art house, studio house, busy being born, which is Osmium Sonics. It's I'm currently busy with the website for it. I will talk more on that later because we've mixed quite a few internationals, and we study like nail the mix. I'm sure you know of like Buster Odom's like nail the mix, like really studied it. And like we currently working with certain bands, and we have worked with a shit ton of bands. We made when Joey Jordison died, Slipknot and Paul, we made this thing called 2 of 9 from Quasar Studios. We used to be Quasar Studios, and we've got like the band Margin, Worm Shepherd, Azazel, whatever, The World Without Us, Switchblade, Saturdays, Null Existence. We've got like a shit ton of bands. Osaya, Inferiors, Sunfall. I can Frog Mallet. I can go on and on and on and on. Knifeful, Strangled, Victims. A shit ton of bands that we worked with from overseas. And this opened like many doors for me because I was able to then work with a lot of international artists and gain contact with a lot of international artists. Like I used to speak to Adam Warren, but although that's controversial and weird now. Adam Warren, and but I don't care really. And the vocalist of what the fuck is the band name? Filth, and like there's like a lot of bands that I'm in contact with from overseas now. Same as like I see the Acacia Strain. Not the Acacia Strain. The academic. The academic.
Archaic epidemic?
Oh fuck! What is it called? Yes, the archaic. Yes.
I got you.
Sorry. And also like Shrine of Malice. Greg Gilbert. I know there's also controversial shit around that. Whatever.
No. Like, let's go ahead and conquer that right now. That's the reason I'm building this show, is to eventually host them. We love Shrine of Malice on this show, so don't worry about that.
I love Shrine of Malice. I love Greg. I don't give a fuck. I love Shrine of Malice. And like I've opened all these doors to all these artists, and I decided like, okay, cool. What would like make me more successful as an artist? Like I've got my side job, or actually my main job, not my side job, like which is the 3D stuff and working for like BBC and Disney and all these crazy things, Triggerfish, Sunrise, etc. And then I started getting into website development and shit like that. I'm working now for like crypto people as well as like all these things. But Slur was, let's say Slur was born when my ex broke up with me. She cheated on me, and I was the most depressed person I'd ever been in my entire life, dude. And like it was straight up lockdown, and COVID hit, and my ex fucked me over and everything, and I was just like, shit, I'm in turmoil. I'm gonna kill myself, unless I don't have like an outlet. And I started making music with Slur, and all the music's depressing as fuck. Like I've had people come up to me and say like, whoa, dude, like you've got some really depressing stuff. You've we can't even have you at certain shows because like trigger warning type shit. Your stuff is sad. Although I still keep it hype as hype as I can. There are some sad songs.
I've had the same with Doomsday forever. Like I've had so many people come to me and they'll tell me like, dude, your stuff is straight up suicidal. Like how can you even write shit like this?
Yeah. It's come up a lot.
Man, like for me it was the darkest time of my life, and that was the only way to get that shit out.
So
it literally is the only way. And then I started teaching myself how to make beats. And that's where it went uphill. I've actually I started something called Graveyard City. I don't know where Atio is, my other duo. It was like a Suicide Boys thing, and it did super fucking well.
like super well, and I feel like I wanted that to be a thing. But Atio disappeared to Mauritius, and that motherfucker's living somewhere. I don't know, can't get a hold of him.
And so I took all
Um,
the beats and used it for my album, which is coming out as well.
he took all of the beats from Graveyard City that I made, and yeah, I just gave it to him. You know, I don't mind. I just make my beats my own beats now.
And because
I'm-
he deserved, those beats deserve to be used.
They do deserve to be used, and you know,
Use them. And they're coming out this end of the month.
so yeah, there's that, and now I've done like slurs on like a little bit of like a pause at the moment because I'm so I've made my set, and my set is very heavy as slur. I played a show recently, like Gino hosted the show and everything, and kind of like I played with a bunch of metal bands, and I feel like it did very well. A lot of people have come up to me and be like, "Yo, you're slur," you know, and like, cool, like you can fit very well in with the metal scene because my stuff is more dedicated to like heavy rap, trap.
Yeah, it's got a
screaming and
lot
shit
of
like that.
metal influences as well.
Yeah, a lot of black metal influence. I love black metal. It's like a genre that I didn't talk about much, but I do love it a lot. I've also got a black metal project, you know, and I also do artwork for like bands, and I've been doing a shit ton of artwork for Lament of Lilith, like literally everything almost of them. They're a new band that's coming up on the scene your side.
Yes.
I think they're from Vegas, yeah.
Located in Vegas.
And yeah. And I've now started to kind of recently made a jazz album, you know.
Love it.
Yeah, weird as fuck, you know, out of the
All
blue.
the
You know?
beats I took.
Yeah, it's weird how life works, man. Because like when I was younger, I was also just straight up metal elitist. Like I would have never believed if I had to travel back 10 years and tell myself you're gonna be a DJ and you're gonna enjoy electronic music, I would have laughed in my face.
Same.
Like for real, dude.
Literally, quite literally.
Like I would have never believed I would listen to music, electronic music, and
I mean,
DJ of all things.
I recently released under another persona called Slurzy. I released a whole side
saw that.
and like
Cool
I
stuff.
never in my life thought I would have made it, you know. And I'm also planning to release a UK garage album. Like it's, you know, I'm like, because I've now figured out these tools on how to mix and master and do these things and like make beats and like I can make jazz albums, I can make swing albums. I've tried my hand at making swing music. I've tried everything, you know. And then I thought I listened to. So just moving a little bit away from slur, because it does influence slur as well. It's like slur influences pour into this. I've listened to Disembodied Tyrant, right? And I was like, holy fucking shit, this is like crushing, you know? And Synestia, this is crushing. Holy fuck, I want to make something like that. So I thought, you know, it's hard as fuck to find members. I've got members for Of Old Wounds, but that is another story for another interview. And I've now brought slur over all my knowledge of like what I can make into this project called Severance. And Shawn, I can guarantee you, bro, when the first track drops on like, I don't know, it's going to be probably my birthday, which is on the 30th. It is like Disembodied Tyrant plus extra steps. It is fucking, I've taken all genres that I've like gotten into my brain over the years and I've pushed it into one fucking thing. And it is glorious. I'm telling you now, it's fucking like there's nothing in this. And I've also got an all vocalist from all bands in South Africa to feature.
Okay.
On every single track, except for one band. I'm not going to mention who, but hey, you know, it's fine. Other than that, slur has taken a little bit of a backseat just because I'm so busy with a lot of things at the moment. but Slur is touring into with Gino. Of course, I'm touring with Gino to Johannesburg, which is it's a capital, right, guys? I think it's like
It's a capital
quite a
city.
big
South Africa's capital,
yeah, South Africa capital. I'm touring
Basically.
in March next year, and a couple of the bands that I can mention that I'm going to be playing with is Grift, which is like a hardcore female-fronted band.
Ooh.
Goat Boy, which Grift. I can get you contacts. You can interview whatever. I'm very close to them. All good. Yeah. There's a lot.
You all know.
So it'll be Grift. It'll be the Dominion, which is a local Cape Town band. They're 18 years old. They're young. They're new. They're fresh on the scene. It'll be another band called Deadly Sins, and then it'll be another blackened deathcore band called Black Nature, Grift, and then Goat Boy. You'll see Goat Boy on the first Severance release. If you have been looking at any of the Severance updates, you've definitely seen, like the dude screaming on like some of the stuff. So yeah, so that's where I am at the moment. I'm very heavily focused on Osmium Sonics. So if any band out there wants super fucking quality, we can deliver that. And I mean, I've got a whole lot of stuff to show, like backgrounds, and like anyone wants beats.
Talk your shit, it's facts though, it's facts, talk your shit,
I'm gonna fucking rep.
Stand on business, quality.
Quality. If you want international quality, and you want your mix to sound fucking enormous, massive, like a fucking cinema, hit up Osmium Sonics and hit up me. I'm slur.ig, and a lot of my music's depressing as fuck. A lot of it is also more lately stirring towards my grandmother that passed 2 years ago. She was like my mom, and she passed in front of me. She had a sudden heart attack. And a lot of my music stems to that, and it fucked me up pretty badly. And, these boys have helped me through it a lot. And so my girlfriend has helped me through it a shit ton. And I must just say, I thank these boys a lot for keeping me going, because I was in a dark place, and my music is in a dark place. And it stays there, it's staying there. I'm not moving away from the darkness. I'm just embracing it.
Yeah.
And Slur, even though people say to me like, yo, your music is just way too fucking dark to play at shows, like it's going to depress people, but it's hype as fuck. I must say it's very hype, dark shit. But I know that it's triggered some people in the past. So, yeah. It is what it is.
Hell yeah.
He's gonna he's gonna get better involved with Doomsday Forever as well. Helping a couple of tracks there. Like that's also been a project, like I say, that's been going since like 2019. So
yeah.
I mean, like also, if you need any ghostwriting or whatever, dude.
Honestly, I think that as an artist name, Slur works really well in how, when you think of the word slur, it's like that's the most offensive it can get, right? That's the most offensive and audacious form of language. So, if I may pitch something, for everything that isn't of Old Wounds or Severance, have it all under Slur, man, because I think that would be the most audacious but most counterculture and most prolific thing for you, is every different album that you've ever made, whether it's the UK house garage shit, it's the jazz, it's the swing stuff, have it all under Slur, to be honest. Because
I've always thought Slur was such a sick name.
It's like a brand, like similar to how GinoXide is a brand to me. Like that's my name, that's everything to me.
So I dropped my it's fucking crazy to keep making accounts, and then having to build another account up all the time.
100%.
I did it for Severance because I will probably drop Severance under Slur as well on YouTube. But on Spotify, I will not drop it under Slur because, well, I'll drop it under Severance.
Yeah.
But the main account will be Slur, of course. And then most of my jazz projects and most of like everything else, like I've got swing and like everything else, I'll just have it all under Slur, but also under like it's like the name Slur Z,
Yeah.
but it's all going to be dropped under my page on Facebook, on YouTube, Slur, because
Right.
I'm not going to go out there and create like 10 fucking profiles and have to build each one. That's going to
Yeah.
be fucking mad.
That would be mad.
I
That'd be
can't have
insane.
that.
Honestly, for me, I've
So,
learned
yeah.
that, with all the 5 now YouTube channels that I have, in which I just started a new one called Asahi Enomichi. It's Japanese for Path to the Rising Sun, based off of a Spotify playlist I created
Cool.
back in 2021 that acts as a time capsule of every anime and its openings and outros from the time I first
That's
started
sick,
watching anime back in 2014 to now. Well, now I've started a new YouTube channel that I'm hoping to get as many people involved with as possible. For every $10 that people decide to pay, I will be doing 10 push-ups, 10 sit-ups, 10 dumbbell curls, 10 squats, a minute worth of planks, and a couple blocks worth of jogging. And it's like, I think that's worth $10.
Love.
So, yeah, the idea
Love
for
to hear
that,
that, dude.
in like, of course, I'm just promoting that channel without really meaning to, but I have like 5 YouTube channels now. I have one for the workout routine that will go back to Shawn Cross. There's one for gaming that really is just a resurrected idea from when I first wanted to start YouTube. It's Call of Duty montages. It's Destiny 2 montages. It's Call
Yeah.
of Duty Zombies shred montages. But the thing is, the workout channel, the gaming channel, what will be a paranormal investigation channel, a channel for my main band Playing with Utter
dude, that's it.
Failures, a channel for the ghost hunting, and then the main channel, like that's already 5. I think it's very, very important that people don't spread themselves so thin as far as branding that they feel the need to make multiple Instagram accounts. Just have it all under one brand and be like, yeah, I'm a YouTuber, I'm a music journalist, I'm a podcast host where I host bands all across the planet. I do a channel where that's specifically for a workout routine that takes a month or 2 to film. I do ghost hunting and paranormal investigations. I'm planning on doing a 6-book improvised D&D campaign that will then hopefully turn into not only an American intermediate...
Bro, that's cool.
That's amazing, bro. Yeah. Keep it up.
Oh yeah, like all the creative juices are flowing, and it's just like, okay, what do I want to be capable of accomplishing by the time that I'm ready to be just descended into a coffin? Well, I want to be a D&D host. I
And
want
how
to
do you execute it?
like
Yeah.
there's way too
Yeah,
much.
it's kind of like
Looks like
it's kind of like for me, it's like I know that it's not as easy nowadays because everyone has access to everything, like especially with AI coming into the scene
Fuck
and
AI.
all that shit, Yeah, everyone has so much like you can make music like that, I know it can't do everything, but it sucks because like now it's not just like niche people doing it, it's now everyone that's just doing it, and it sucks because I saw the other day that they signed a AI artist for like $3 million, and I was like, are you fucking serious? Like,
Yeah,
that's
it's
crazy.
it's not an art form anymore. It's commercial, like everything else. Like
retarded.
It's a rough thing, also because in the
But the
industry,
through.
my 3D industry, dude, like it's been hit hard with AI,
Yeah.
like very, very hard, and I sat for 5 months without work because of it. And that was hell. That was hell in my life, dude. I didn't work on music. I didn't do anything. Well, I worked on music, but like I felt more depressed than anything else because I couldn't find work, and I had to pay bills and do things, and AI took it, like pummeled it into the ground, and I couldn't find work anywhere. And now AI is becoming this thing of where like it's now been implemented into the film industry as a tool.
Yeah.
And I know there's no getting rid of it at all. Like we ain't getting rid of AI. It's only just gonna, spiral into like whatever the fuck, and like 5 years from now, we're probably gonna, I don't know, have robots walking around and I don't fucking
They
know,
already
whatever.
do.
They already do walk around, yeah. But like it's gonna be it's gonna just be a fucking crazy time. Don't know what's real anymore. It's getting to that point where the lines are being blurred between real and fake. Like, and it's sad,
Simulation
but
shit.
yeah. What?
Simulation shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's all over TikTok, and therefore I don't even TikTok anymore. I just
Neither do I.
They're
like
all fake.
boycotted TikTok completely. Yeah.
Yeah,
I just
I have an account right now because like there seems to be this new app that I ran into that pays you for basically just creating spam posts and like creating posts as for
Oh, yeah,
whatever
yeah.
reason. The app itself is called Relay, and so far I've made $26, but we'll see if that actually fucking happens. If it doesn't, then I'm never going back to TikTok ever again. Because apparently you can get upwards of
$200.
And what is good will shine through.
Yeah. Honestly, the thing is too, I think it's up to people like us in this call or anybody that I've hosted on the show to reject AI and to reject it with intention. For example, I've been doing logo design forever now. Like literally at this point, I'm willing to do plenty of free logos for people as long as they don't immediately block and ghost me after I get the logo done, because that's happened before now, and that really fucking pissed me off. Like, I did this for
Dude,
free.
I designed. I did a thing for Medal for Africa recently. So I drew out a picture, like their new Medal for Africa T-shirt design or whatever. And people have been coming to me and being like, "Dude, that's straight up AI," and I'm like, "No, it's not AI." Like the thing is, I've gotten to the point of like where I'm watching these artists actually draw full on art pieces, and then you can feed it through ChatGPT and be like, "Hey, is this AI?" And people and ChatGPT will be like, "Yeah, that's AI assisted," but it's not, because I watched the dude draw the whole fucking thing out, And then, like, I feed my little thing through AI, and it's like, no, this is not AI assisted. This is definitely human. Blah 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 blah. You can see by like this, and everything's like proportional, whatever. But people have come to me and been like, "Yo, your shit's AI now. Like, you've become an AI artist." And I'm like, "But I haven't. Like, how can you just assume? Like, must I now prove to you that I have gone and like made everything?" It sucks that you have to prove nowadays. It sucks that you have to prove like even now with like Suno, for instance, you're gonna have to nowadays, like, I think live performances are gonna be like the main thing, because if you can't prove that you have written whatever the fuck you've written, then you're doomed. Otherwise, like,
What's
like,
real
yeah, that's AI.
will shine through. Those lives will shine through for real. The
Yeah,
people,
I mean-
the people will shine through, and I still stand by that 100%.
Oh
When
yeah.
you see me face to face, that will be indefinite proof.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, I agree.
I mean, like, I got accused of making these fucking people that were in my life for a little while. They accused me of making beats, like AI beats. But the thing is, like, none of it's AI. None of the I've literally gone and tested beat making for AI, and it's like they can't do what's like they can't do those kind of beats yet. They can't do it. So like,
Right. Oh no,
you know,
absolutely.
um,
That I think too is the scary, the true terrifying variable of AI integrated into creative mediums at all, is despite everything we've already tried to do, it seems that now people are skeptic of actual artists. Here, hold on, guys. Sorry about that.
yeah. I've spoken a lot about myself, and my name is Slur.
You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it.
I'll tell you now, just like the name is Slur. I literally thought it up in like, you know, when you get drunk or you get high or you get fucked up, you slur. My music, I don't hold back. I slur a lot. I fucking swear all the time. There's a music term for slur, a slur music term. There's like it means so many things, you know. And then I just decided to put the dollar sign in front of it because like gang
Rappers.
gang type
Yeah,
shit.
gang gang. If it works, it works.
Yeah, anyway. Yeah, and that's me, you know. Like I've got a lot of music going, and I will probably talk to you again, Sean.
Oh yeah, I really hope I get you on the show again
Yeah.
because I know you got a lot to talk
Yeah.
about. So I think
Yeah.
then we will go ahead and conclude the second part, and I think we'll be breaking today's session into 3 different chunks. First chunk would be basically everything from the beginning up until the end of our, correlation
That would
between
be 4 pieces.
4 pieces?
No, 1, 2, 3. That would be 5 pieces.
5 pieces?
All the bullshit in the beginning, then Valy, then this motherfucker, then this dude in his whole ass rant, and then me. I'll keep it short and sweet though. I'll spare you all the...
Yeah, he's not like us that keeps ranting and talking shit. A lot of shit.
No, I can talk shit. I'm fucking antisocial.
Right. Okay. Well, in that case, let's go ahead and cut that part then. And then we're going to kind of get caught up on Vulgr-X lore, right? And then if anything, we'll probably have like a small chunk at the very end, right? Very, very end, where we kind of talk a little bit about DarkVerse Syndicate as if you all are, one brain, which really, with the collective white noise at the beginning of the session, I think that might be what the DarkVerse Syndicate hive mind sounds like. But we'll get through it for sure. So, Shawn, Vulgr-X, let's go ahead and get caught up on what you think is important for the Crosscast audience to know from the point of our last session up until now.
Shit. Oh fuck. A lot has happened, man.
A lot has happened.
Too much. Yeah, dude, like the time that we were all together basically chatting on the podcast, that time I was kind of involved with somebody and all that, still quite in a dark place, whatnot. And still using, still pretty bad. I only got worse eventually. But I mean, I kind of detached a lot, kind of became more antisocial, and I just spoke less. Started having like some paranoia and shit like that. And eventually that relationship ended, which kind of just like fueled the music a little bit more. I was kind of down one night, and that's when Dopey rocked up, and he helped me film the music video for My Own Worst Enemy, which was over there at my parents' place. And I was very, bad that night. But we got a bag, and then we just junked up again. And kind of from there, it was just like, I need to start a group, dude. I have to start a group. And I knew that it wouldn't even help going against one another because, there is no scene. So why don't we all just jump on one thing and grow together? We just create our own scene. Shit like that.
Create the scene.
We all write. Yeah?
Create the scene, not just a scene, the scene. You guys are the future of South Africa.
Yeah.
Fucking period.
Yeah, dude, underground hip-hop, underground rap. I guess, my genre exactly would be, death trap, rapcore, I guess.
Trap metal, yeah.
I make a lot of different types of, but my vocal style is very much the same, you know. But yeah, since then, it's been kind of a bumpy ride, man. Like relapsing very hard on fucking hard shit. You know, getting more into playing shows and stuff. I mean, these guys had to kind of keep me sober, especially this one. You would kind of manage the amount that I take in a way, so that I don't like blank out on stage, you know, because like I'd get very bad. One time I almost had to like puke in the fucking bin and shit. Dude, I OD'd at least twice on stage and just like blanked out of everything.
Nah, for real, like a couple of times I had to tell this bro, yo, get off the fucking mic because people are getting worried.
Dude,
Like, yeah, like there's a difference between the show will be going on and it's like, okay, it's a heavy show, and then V's like talking his shit and people are like, okay, this is a part of the show, and then it goes beyond that where it's like, okay, no, this guy's fucking tripping and he's high as fuck and like now he's rambling on the mic.
Get into my own head, and then like all the depression and shit will just like start coming out again, and then I don't even know that's happening because I'm so fucked up.
And people would love the shows. Like it's just like there's couple of moments which people would realize like, oh fuck, like this guy's really high right now. Like it's not like a show. And like they'd love the music, they'd love everything else. Like yes, it'd be, to be fair, like unplanned, like it may go a little bit later, like because of, you know, things and stuff. But people would love the music, and that's why I always say like we're really real, really raw. Like B is the most rawest, realest artist there is out right now, and he's got an amazing voice, which is a blessing on top of the cake. But like he's really got a story to tell.
Right.
But yeah, like and then after that major, like he was really fucked up that one show. The next show we were like, yo V, you can't do that anymore. And the next show went off without like it was way better because V was like taking an active effort to not be fucked up and like actually give a performance.
Right.
So I mean, like, yeah.
It's bad, man. It gets fucking bad.
Nah, dude, I've had so many people that came to me and tell me, dude, you need to distance yourself from Shawn. Like, you're not gonna be able to perform. You're not gonna be able to pick up gigs if you keep on going on. And I'm like, fuck, dude, like, he's one of my closest friends, man. Like, we come such a far way along. There's no ways, like, I don't care about whether or not it's I can perform at a place or not. Shawn is my buddy, and if he needs me to have his back, I'll have his back. Like, fuck the rest of this shit, man.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's the same with me. Like, people told me, like, don't like, you need to just get away from V. You know what I mean? And I spoke to him and I knew what type of person he is. He's a loyal motherfucker. He's loyal to the people. He's a loyal and he's a good man. Like, he doesn't cause shit. He doesn't cause nonsense. He's loyal to his people. He's not a fucking hooligan vagrant. He does not rape. He does not abuse. He does not.
No.
For real. Like, no, like,
Well,
I stand behind that motherfucker for now. For now. Ha.
A lot of people came to me as well and also said I should get away from you, V. But the thing is, there is one thing I noticed about you is that you're a real person.
Real.
Man,
Like I can say like
and I can attest to this because even
One at a time,
before
please.
DarkVerse Syndicate,
One at a time.
even
please.
before DarkVerse Syndicate, he always had my back in like when it mattered the most. You know, like
what I'm trying to say is like where usually people that do heavy fucking drugs, you know, will rather spend their last bit of money on heavy drugs. Shawn spent his money on me because he could see that I was in a state and I was super full of anxiety, and he was like, yo dude, come to the bar and like let me get you a drink or two. And like he got me 2 drinks, and I was like, I didn't expect it because I think like Shawn would rather keep the money for himself because maybe he would give like want drugs, you know. But the thing is, I realized that Shawn's like way more of a decent person than all these fucking people out here are like trying to like portray him as, you know. Like I had people tell me he's like a bad person because he hit a woman and he like fucking like a whole bunch of shit, you know. And I was just like, you know, you can't really believe that.
All these people that try to act like saints are really the worst.
And even before me and Shawn got involved in the scene, he already had my back. Like there was times that if it was not for him, I would not have had food for the night. You know, like he would literally bring me noodles or tuna or whatever. You know, like because he just had my back. I didn't have to ask him or anything.
Like it's quite literally like I would come to the show and I'm fucking anxiety riddled all the time, most of the time, and he's always there. He's like, dude, fuck that shit in your head, man. Like, get out of it. And you're like, yeah, let me get you a drink. Yeah, let me do this for you. Let me do that for you. And he's always doing things for people, you know. And people just misunderstand Shawn. They don't understand. Like I see, like I'm part of this metal South African group, and everyone, for some odd reason, dislikes Vulgr-X. And every time I say to them, there's no need to dislike him. He's a decent, genuine human being.
And you know what? The only time there's haters is when there's motion.
That's very true.
100%. Like I'm involved with some of the biggest names here in the Cape Town metal scene, and I always tell them, like, dude, he's one of my closest friends. Like, we've seen each other's darkest sides.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing more that a person can go through than what we have gone through together.
Fuck yeah.
And then again, coming back to the whole DarkVerse.
You're good, Anthony. Go.
Sorry, coming back to the whole DarkVerse Syndicate thing, you know, like we've all just decided, like, yo, let's quit things together, you know, let's make it better. Let's, Shawn, like, or Vulgr, you're gonna stop doing drugs, my homie, and things are gonna get better for you. Find something, and he found skateboarding again. Dusty, trying to stay off the weed. I know it's not going well, but it's chill.
Weed at all.
But you know what? It's fine. Weed's chill. I like weed.
Keep doing mushrooms. Weed and shrooms all the way. Just stay from drugs. Stay away from alcohol.
Yeah. Alcohol, I stopped it because I thought, you know what? You get so fucked up on alcohol and you do such dumb shit. You know?
Not just alcohol.
So much. Well, on a lot of things. But I mean, you know, I just thought, fuck it. So I gave up something with them because I felt like I wanted to help Shawn or Vulgr the most. I was like, this homie, I don't want to see this homie die at 27 or 28 because that was his plan. You know, for some reason. 27's club or whatever. You know, but like, yeah, I wanted to...
We've all, as a collective, gone through a lot of shit together. So, like, you know, like, me and Slur, me and Dusty, we don't know each other that long. We've only known each other for about 2 years now. But, like, they're some of my closest friends, man. Like, I know they'll have my back. The same as Shawn. Like, we've come such a long way. We've seen each other's worst sides. We've seen each other's best sides. We work together the best on music. Like, if we work together and work on music and shit, then, like, stuff that I would have never been able to come up with by myself. You know, like, we inspire each other like that.
Later background people.
Yeah, dude, like, following on to, you know, the interview itself, you know, like, again, it's been a rough ride. Been gigging for what, 4 years now? Started DarkVerse Syndicate, and even bumpier right after that. And I took about a year
break from making music. Hadn't done shit, like legit just got a job, focused on that, got this place. So now I'm kind of like stable and shit again. Had a bit of a mental health dip, which is where I wrote the last little bit of music that I'll be releasing soon. Still, some of it needs to be recorded, but I wrote a kick-ass song called Fuck Up, and I actually released a little bit of a snippet over there as a little teaser. Hope you guys enjoy it. It already got banned off of one platform, but fuck them. English. So yeah, fucking been doing that. I overdosed not too long ago. This was about 2 months ago when I decided to get sober. So I overdosed on about 5 different substances, including all the alcohol, and I was awake for about 3 days at that point. And one of my friends who was with me, she had to pour fucking water, like ice cold water, like over my head and back repeatedly. I like freaked out and I just laid on the ground because I knew something was wrong. And then I just told her like just keep pouring fucking water on my back, try and keep me awake. And then I kind of like pushed that whole high off. Speaking of high, you need to eat these mushrooms. So we did that. And while I was like overdosing, dude, I shit you not, like I felt like the presence of death. Like I felt it breathe on my fucking neck. Like it was close, dude, this fucking close. Luckily I puked everything out. But when I was puking, I realized that I was like in between all the blood and shit, there was pieces of my stomach, like fucking meat, dude. Like pieces. And this was quite crazy, but everything on my mind just shut off, and I couldn't stop thinking about my mom, dude. And yeah, she kind of like motivated me to keep me like kind of in check, you know, because my mom's like my main person in my life. But yeah, just helped me kind of like snap back into it. And that's when I actually messaged her. I was like, yo, mama, I want to get sober. And then that was surprisingly on her birthday. And then she told me that that was the best fucking present that, you know, she got.
An inspiration, my brother. You're an inspiration, and please keep it up for everyone around you, bro. Everyone that's watching right now. For me,
like,
please, bro, keep it up, bro.
Fuck drugs, fuck alcohol. The shit just leaves you with more burden than anything.
Yeah, for real. I'm still struggling, and that's why V's such an inspiration.
Yeah.
Me too. I also have my moments of weakness, dude, but like I got people around me to kind of keep me in check, you know. But yeah, it's getting better.
Wonderful.
And I'm not like doing meth shit every day. I'm not on opioids or heroin. I'm back in, and I'm getting better on the day.
Hell yeah. No, I love that for you. Honestly, I think you will be able to write such compelling music, and really, I would highly encourage that you do and create a new metal-esque music in the future that's very similar to that of King 810. And I think of King 810...
Dude, I got some new shit coming out. I got some new shit coming out, and I'm working on some other harder shit and softer shit. And it's gonna be very experimental. Some of the like these guys haven't even heard the stuff that I'm actually fucking with yet. Giving some tips of some other stuff, but been keeping the certain shit like on the underground.
Hell yeah.
Wow, I've got hella caught in my mouth now. Fuck.
Get some water, Anthony.
Anthony,
Plenty of water, man.
So you're gonna love it. Dude, you're gonna fucking love it, dude.
Is it close to like memory lane type shit?
Nah, dude, it's fucking hard, dude. It's hard as fuck. Hard as fuck. Metal, straight. It's gotta be some like old school grey shit, dude.
Sick.
Nice.
Sick, brother.
Hell yeah.
Something to skate to.
Sick.
Well,
Yeah.
in that
But
case,
no, man, like I've just been going on, dude. Like Dusty said, I picked up skateboarding a
Getting
bit.
through the struggles of life, man.
Yeah, I've picked up skateboarding after 8 years. I used to skate back then, but I left it obviously because I'm drunk and high every day. So
definitely get
it's
back into
kind of like
that shit,
fucked with
dog.
that.
We could use a lot more musicians who also skate. Like, hell, what if that gets you a sponsorship?
Yeah, dude.
How cool is that?
Definitely. And I'm actually even now busy recording like a whole skate video. I'm trying to make it like an old school sponsor me tape with a few more effects, obviously. And then to help out with his brand, Distortion, because he's going to be like an urban clothing brand. So I can make like a nice little skate video and shit. You can make an ad out of that. And then, spend on that, all that. Yeah, dude. So it's going to be collaborating with each other, all that. Like I say, I'm going to release new music now in the new year, make some new music videos. Dusty and I have got some new music. Slur and I have got some new music. We're working on new music. I haven't forgotten about that track, by the way. I've still got it. Yeah.
At New Year's, bro, we can shoot it.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, man, I'm just
Wait, what
shotgun on that vibe. Try and ride it where I can.
His camera's like frozen.
Dusty,
You okay, bro?
you'll come back.
Okay.
Yeah, I see. He disconnected. He'll come back.
Okay.
Or I think it's just a South African internet
Yes,
error.
now we can move on to the last phase of the interview.
Yeah.
It's been like almost 2 hours.
No worries.
It was mushrooms.
There you go. Well, I do believe then that is all there is to be caught up on with Vulgr-X, with Shawn. And really, dude, I'm glad you're still with us. I'm glad that despite all you've been going through, even after that of our first interview, where you were really adamant in your commentary, in your narration about avoiding harder drugs at all costs. Well, maybe afterwards you still indulge.
That
But
should fuck your life up.
yeah. And that's, I think, a very beautiful message, and it speaks to your endurance. It speaks to your strength. And hopefully through efforts like Vulgr-X and the DarkVerse Syndicate that will be, taken over, let alone your life, but also the life of, I think, a lot of people that want something to attach themselves to in the Johannesburg, in the Durban, in the Cape Town regions of the African continent, as you guys are helping to build a scene, man. That shit's important. Well, I can only hope that that will be enough to keep you on a focused path and keep you away from all those harder substances. Because I know when it comes to separating yourself from a vice, for me, for the longest time, I will admit, it was indulging in more explicit websites. You're single, you're without a partner, you're without intimacy for a long time, and that seems to be a solution, right? For the longest time, I can easily admit that I indulged in those things. Who doesn't? But I'm also just trying to say that it was a problem. I think it's a problem. And what's really cool, for what it's worth, is that because even the federal government recognized it as an issue, despite many politicians in the U.S. participating in trafficking and other shit like that, we can't exactly pinpoint names, but we know that they're doing it behind the scenes. Well, they made it illegal to access those more explicit websites these days, which I think is a good thing. It's a good start. Those who, sought it as a vice and became addicted to it, well, they're going to have to relapse. They're going to have to cold turkey. They're going to have to sober from indulging in that shit. Otherwise, I can absolutely admit that I've also been a big fan of alcohol for a long time, and I think that comes from alcoholic genes. But what's really nice is that for what it counts, I'm not really a person that gets addicted to anything. I like to think that I don't get addicted to anything, and I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah, I'd like to think the same.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yo,
Well,
sorry, my house ran out of electricity.
fuck.
Typical South Africa.
Type shit. I thought that added some character.
No,
Real South African shit.
yeah, we were just talking about vices and shit. I was talking about how I used to indulge more than I wished to in retrospect in more explicit websites, because really those more explicit websites, they also are the reason that trafficking and sex trafficking happens, or even OnlyFans as a platform. I'm learning as of recently through whispers of potential controversy that really half of the accounts, half of the individuals that you see that are like, I just turned 18 and started an OF, or I'm 21 now and I've started an OF, half the time when those are real people, it's because they were coerced by other girls or other creators to get involved. And it ends up being a full
It's
fucking...
unfortunate what this whole AFCAN culture has brought to society. Like,
It is very sad. I don't fuck with it at
Oh
all.
my God.
Pedophilia, don't fuck with
One
that
of
shit.
the biggest problems with society today is that they tend to normalize things too easily. Like, it's normalized to use drugs, it's normalized to be a sex worker, it's normalized to slave away, you know, it's normalized.
It's different if you're on OnlyFans, right?
Like, that's the thing, man. Like, everything is too easily normalized today, and there is certain things that just should not be normalized.
I agree. And
I
not
know
only
it's like a lot of people won't agree with that, but
But I just want to say we're gonna get a lot of hate for this interview. Be
why would you get a
prepared.
lot of hate for this interview? Like, no. If anybody has an issue with it, they can fucking speak directly to me, because we're speaking truth on here. We're being honest.
lots of controversy.
I'm sorry that my mother's I'm sorry that I made others offended.
No,
But you know what? You shouldn't be that fucking sensitive.
no, especially not if you're listening to the show. I'm sorry. Like, this is also what true counterculture is. Like, we indulge in the philosophies of the people that have finally woken up and are looking to go against the grain without bringing sandpaper to wheat fields, I guess, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to be too abrasive.
Whoa! I'm bringing a motherfucking chainsaw, dude. I'm about to cut shit down.
You're 100% right about what counterculture is, and I feel like that philosophy has been lost along the way in a lot of the counterculture subcultures.
Yeah.
Like metal, what metalheads believe these days isn't the same as when I got into metal.
Absolutely.
You know, like what punks believed believed in is not the same as what it was when I got into it. You know, like there's a lot of things that, like,
They're different.
yeah, it's just changed so much to the point where it's become elitism.
Yeah.
Honestly,
And that's not what counterculture is about.
And that's what we're trying to steer away from. That's
Right.
why we're trying to make up a whole new scene with DarkVerse Syndicate. That's how, yeah, we like, after we try to work with all the other scenes and stuff, like I tried throwing shows with a whole different bunch of people. And dude, honestly, the crowds that they bring and just the people that are there, it's
They're so uptight in,
Very
in
uptight.
what they believe in. Like, if
Yeah.
you don't agree with them, then you are basically non-existent.
Yeah, dude.
Like, they will cancel you.
You're basically a push.
So this is like why I kind of started the DarkVerse Syndicate thing, because I was gigging alone at one point, just him and I, you know. So like,
Yeah, I remember that.
yeah, dude. So it was just Vulgr-X and then a couple bands. You know?
That was during the time that everyone was telling me, no, I must distance myself, I must distance myself.
So after that, I formed DarkVerse Syndicate and decided, you know, fuck it all. Let's just make up our own scene. There's no other scene like this over here. we can do something new and fresh, you know, and it's all just us, like us.
Oh.
Me, Gino, Red God, and Golden Blue.
Yeah.
Like, we all just make our own music, dude.
Yeah.
It's not a whole band, it's not any of that. This is why our performance is different. We only have
And
DJ.
It's new in the fact that, like, the vibes, it's new in the fact of the vibes. The vibes are immaculate. The people, everyone that's there, it's a bit of hip hop, it's a bit of metal, it's a little bit of electro, it's a little bit of singing, it's a little bit of this. And it's like it's a boiling pot. It's a melting pot of just good vibes and just like people moshing, people jumping up and down vertically, people singing along. People, you know what I mean? Like, you can do whatever you want. You can smoke a doobie. You can drink your dope. Like, you can, like, do whatever you want. You can headbang. You can mosh. Like, that's what I'm saying. And you don't have to be judged for it. You can come. No, one time I pulled up in a completely colorful pink shirt. Like, completely just colorful out. Completely different to everybody. And everyone just vibed anyway. You know what I mean? Like, you can come however you want. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Something I have to admit.
Exactly. So do you remember?
Something I have to
That's how you know
admit
it's good.
about the local scene that's been happening lately.
You had a
is
shirt
that
on?
It doesn't have that energy anymore. Like when I first entered the metal scene in South Africa, it was a different game. Like you can mosh, you can stage dive, you can fucking go nuts. But I feel like it's lost that energy in recent years, which that's kind of the energy that we bringing to DVS.
Yeah.
Like you can
That as
stay
well.
alive, you can go nuts. I fucking as a DJ, I jump into the crowd and I start moshes. I
I've got videos.
Like
I mean, bro,
that's the energy that
I
we
found
bring,
all
and
of
I
them
feel like
rap.
that energy has been lost in the male
The first time I went, I seen Vulgr and Gino play. I was just a person in the crowd, and Gino jumped over my fucking head, and it was probably like the most adrenaline I've felt. Like, and they were the openers. They were the openers.
I won't lie, dude. Like, to
That was a year and a half ago.
to start, like, I think every show I've had
2 years
one
ago.
wall of death, and like, as a rap artist to have a wall of death.
Facts. We get that shit going.
Yeah, I bring that energy. Like that's the energy
Every one of
that
us.
in these days in the metal scene. Like, start if you go a bit too wild in the at a metal show, or like you fucking stage dive or something, like there's a lot of people that kind of backs off and they're funny about it, you know, like something that you wouldn't expect in the scene in a metal crowd.
I've seen, right, him fall down in a mosh pit and then some bitch on the side fucking kicks him twice in his back. I was ready to knock him out, bro. Like, dude, you don't do that to my homie, dude. He was smashing. Like, this dude was like, fuck you, for like no reason, dude.
No, but like then you come to our show and then there's like 3 hands helping you up. You know what I mean? Bro, there's 3 hands helping you up, and then and the two because all of us V implemented from the first show. He wanted everybody on stage. Everybody like hyping each other up, even if you're not performing, just sit on stage, hype your homie up, and like that from there, like, and from when he told me that, I was like, how do we all be on stage when just one homie's performing? And after these 10 shows we've done, it's just been like, it's almost natural now. It's almost better. It's almost better because everybody's just, everywhere you look, there's something happening. From the person that's performing to the person like hyping the person up to the homie just tweaking in the background. If it's me, because I'm very performative, so sometimes I like to just tweak in the background, but like performatively. And then there's maybe V, you know, on his old shit, actually tweaking, but now we just performatively tweaking it. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, there's even been like tattoo people getting tattooed on their face
Facts.
on stage and shit.
Facts.
Like it's,
We had one of our homies, Dopey, get his head tattooed on stage while we're performing.
I mean, Why the fuck not?
Why the fuck not? And my only regret is I didn't shoot enough content. That's my only regret. That's my only regret. That's my only regret. I didn't shoot enough fucking content.
Well, let me go ahead and paint a picture for y'all, because I definitely wanted to get closer to concluding the session, but I just thought of something, right? Because we're talking about the porn industry, we're talking about the OF industry, and then we're talking about how really counterculture has lost its spark in recent years. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, exactly.
Gentlemen. The thing is, the reason that we're having all these issues is we are, as per a pornographic film, as opposed to the actual plot or the actual build-up, we are currently stuck in the actual just fetishization of everything possible in that subject. And like
Gino said, that's a very good, like, just chasing that stimulation, like the base parts, like not
hit.
Yeah, exactly.
We no longer have the plot. We're no longer in the plot of the porn. We're in the porn itself, and that's bad. It's really bad.
No, dude. The one thing that I probably hate the most about this generation, is that everyone has such fucking short attention spans. I can't deal with it.
And that's why, despite, I think that's the only reason this show is not so successful.
Person doesn't have that short of an attention span. Like, seriously.
Wait, Gino, wait. I want to hear what Shawn says.
Right. No, I was just saying, I think that's the only reason that my show is not as successful as it could be, is because I happened to start the show during the first and second and possibly third wave of, unfortunately, the TikTok generation, where their attention span only extends for 30, 60 seconds, maybe a minute, let alone not 2 hours, not 4 hours. Dude. It's ridiculous, but...
Dude, like...
Yeah.
If I post...
All I recommend you do is, my brother Shawn, seriously, all I recommend you do is just make clips. All you gotta do is make clips and post. Especially as a podcaster, just make clips. Just make clips and put like this podcast right here, if you would try something new, just make clips and post it as create a new shorts channel, or just anatomy crosscast clips, and just post chopped up all of your podcasts, just the best parts, or even just every 10 seconds, but the best parts are probably best.
I'm telling you now, it's not that...
Try it. You have to adapt. Adapt or die.
Yes.
Adapt or die!
No, wait. I will tell you now, from anything that I've ever posted on Instagram, right? Severance. I keep the clips to like 10 seconds max. It gets fucking like 3, 4, 5,000 views. And it's tiny, but it's getting all this hype out of nowhere. And I haven't boosted the post, haven't done anything. I just thought, let me do it in this way. And it works.
Yeah.
Even as
10 seconds, people watch the whole thing. It doesn't drop.
Yeah. No, for sure. Like, one thing that I have been trying, because I was told by both my co-hosts and my buddy's fiance's dad, who is in a well-established IT company. Not going to disclose the name because that would be really, no. But what all of them have told me is that most likely the show is not successful because I have the whole 4.5 hour, potentially, podcast session, and I just have it uploaded like that. When I accidentally deleted my show earlier this year, I would say like September, October. So that was like 4 years of work just gone. And it's because I accidentally deleted my Spotify account, not realizing that it would delete my Spotify for Creators account. So I did that, and I'm like, fuck. That's why I can't find my show anywhere, is because I deleted it. I'm so stupid. But really, I had also been still utilizing the Spotify family account of a friend and his family who cut me off for political reasons. I'm like, well, even if they decided to disconnect with me for petty reasons, why would I still utilize their Spotify family account? That's kind of leechy. That's kind of moochy. So I decided to close that original Spotify account. That way they wouldn't have me attached to their shit anymore. deleted that Spotify account, and then it deleted the Spotify for Creators account, which then deleted the entirety of the Anatomy Crosscast. What I was told is like, okay, this is actually a solid opportunity for you to kind of rebrand and redo things a little bit. I'm like, okay, I get what you mean, but also, I don't know, like, I've been doing the show the way I have been for a long time, and sure, it hasn't been getting as popular as other shows, but some of our most popular sessions were the longer ones that were just left as a whole. So now, I've been doing polls every now and then on the Instagram story, just saying, okay, do you guys like the Crosscast sessions in pieces over on Spotify for the audio-only files? Does that make sense to you guys? Yes, period. It was 85% to maybe 20%. Yes, have it in pieces. I'm like, okay, cool. So that's definitely one adjustment that I have been making, is attempting to upload in pieces. For example, the newest session with Serbian black metal band Ishimura, part 3, I do believe, is uploading today. And then tomorrow, the full video version of the podcast session and the album listening session on my main channel, they're uploading side by side. And then on Sunday, a new podcast episode with Elijah of a radio-friendly rock band based in LA, but with members from China, themed off of this country that they introduced me to called Myanmar, which is currently dealing with a very, very aggressive and violent civil war. Part 1 of that show is going to be uploading on Sunday, and most likely part 2 will be uploading either on Monday or the following Wednesday. So now we're getting into the process of scheduling out posts. That way it's not like, okay, right, for example, right now I have 6 podcast episodes to either finish or upload. Like, they're ready to go, they just need to be uploaded. I'm like, no, that's stupid. I'm not just going to upload them all at once, because that's what I used to do. There'd be a lot of chaos, there wouldn't be any promotion, any momentum or hype, etc. So now, at the very least, I'm cutting these bigger podcasts, these bigger crosscasts, into pieces, and I'm uploading them day by day by day, and like scheduling out those uploads. The next step, I think, will absolutely be uploading the highlight clips, or uploading 10 to 20 to 30 second clips from these 2 to 4 hour crosscast sessions. The only thing is, that requires money, and it also, more oftentimes than not, indulges in AI technologies when I already have everything else that I'm doing right now. And I've been recommended to seek out an editor. But, yeah.
The mushrooms are kicking in, bro.
Okay, understood. Well, I hope you have a great trip, bud. You're good.
My bad.
But that's definitely something.
Why does doing clips cost money?
Well, it doesn't cost money. It just, I'm understanding that if I don't want to indulge into AI and AI usage for editing, or, if I'm not wanting to utilize an AI program to like fine-tooth comb through a crosscast and figure out like the best clips for a highlight, then I would have to pay someone, and I'm broke. Like, I'm beyond broke right now. So that's like kind of the issue that I'm balancing out. Yeah, because I don't want to utilize AI technologies at all where I don't absolutely have to. I just find it to be a soulless approach, to be honest. So that's definitely the next step, is figuring out for now, as of this session, these 117 podcasts. It's now figuring out who I'm going to hire to edit and find these great moments, or get audience engagement flowing through and be like, hey, what's you guys' favorite part of these sessions? And maybe utilize that and like have them give me a freaking timestamp, and then turn those timestamp clips into clips for that Instagram or TikTok. So that's kind of where I'm at right now as far as handling this show, because after all, it's not just me anymore, but most of the time I am the one and only person handling these sessions, and that's also been rather difficult. So that's why I'm trying to get bands and artists more interested as far as like commissioning us or figuring out some sort of way that they feel comfortable with as far as paying us like $10 to $20 for every session that we do, that we have them on for, to promote their album, to promote their supergroup, for example. By me doing gaming content, putting their music in the background, boom, that's 2 different YouTube channels, 3 actually YouTube channels then, that you have your music represented by, that you have your band represented by simultaneously, if I'm honestly. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, as far as just trying to figure out
one thing quickly.
Yes.
I'm willing to help you with cutting things up, dude. Like, if you want video editing and shit like that, I'll do it for free. I don't care. I'm down to help you.
That would be awesome, man. That'd be really awesome. I could use all the help I can get to make this show happen.
I'm very, very keen to help you.
We'll make that happen then. And not only that, but I was already thinking about earlier in session, with you being a producer, I have a lo-fi hip-hop project that I'm trying to kickstart. I have one instrumental by Chrissy Lemon, formerly of Dabs, which is a stoner slamming death band based in Pennsylvania. He created one instrumental for me to throw down vocals on, and same way that David Gunn of King 810 does, I'm planning on improvising lyrics for the most part with this first track, which until further notice is called Bap Bap Bap, but themed and inspired by Rav, Kill Bill the Rapper, Square, and Aerospace of lo-fi hip-hop supergroup Exosociety. My intention is to have Midrift be my lo-fi hip-hop rap project that will help me get better at lyrical flow and lyricism in general.
So,
very
so
chili peppers and shit. But
yeah, I also really don't mind like beat making for you for free. I don't care. I can do it. I would like to help you.
Okay.
So just to help you like get you off the ground or whatever the hell I can do. I mean, you've known a lot of bands, these shit, and like you know a lot of people. But just as like you know you've been my homie on Facebook for a long time. You've always been very, very nice to me and shit like that. So I'd like to repay my respects because you've always been like a decent dude to me. So yeah, I'll do that for you for free. Both editing and both beat making. You must just send me what the beat sound likes. You know what the vibe. And I can do it for you, dude.
Oh yeah. Well, in that case,
that's a real artist shit, by the way.
That's a real artist shit. I agree. And later in time, the thing is, no matter what, I do have the intention of paying everyone that's ever helped me. So it's like most likely your participation and your contributions to this show alone later in time, as we get closer to feeding into the ambition of potentially traveling on a global scale to different countries, meeting up with the artists and bands that we've met on this show, and then whether they're believers or complete skeptics, going on paranormal investigations with them in their local area, according to places that they've talent scouted for. That's one of the bigger ambitions. That's one of the bigger goals of this show, is to get that done. Dude, I like the mango juice, Shawn.
Paranormal activity.
Yeah.
South African mango juice.
Yo, if you're open to the paranormal, then the paranormal will be open to you. So it's just your choice, really.
Oh yeah, it's been chasing me since I was born, dude. So I'm embracing it now. The channel will be called Dark Matter Paranormal Investigations, and it will essentially be a younger brother in effort and level of ambition to the Anatomy Crosscast, because I hope to utilize every single connection, every single country I've reached out to through this show. I want to travel to those countries, possibly through a travel channel.
Yo, and by the way, Shawn, do you know about Tyler? Like Tyler the artist?
Tyler?
Like the singer, the female singer. The female singer.
No.
She did Made Me Sweat, Made Me Water, Made Me Lose My Breath. You know that one? Oh, alright.
Like Taylor Swift?
Never mind. Okay, let me say this. No. Let me say this. South Africa is up and coming right now. We have very up and coming people right now. Tyler, do you know Kai Cenat?
No.
Yeah. Kai Cenat.
Whoa.
Wait,
fair enough.
Kai, as in the streamer?
Yes.
Streamer.
Yes.
Okay, well, she was on Kaisenat's stream. She said, yeah, we friends though, and she's from South Africa, Ocean View.
Okay.
Well, Ocean View, or where is she from? Durban? Okay, well, the boys don't know, but like, yeah. South Africa is coming up right now. South Africa is coming up right now.
All right.
Your viewers will know. Your viewers will know.
Dusty stoned as shit.
I'm locked the fuck in right now.
Hi, Shawn.
I wasn't ready. I'm
locked in, man.
But okay, cool.
Food juice.
Juice, all the juice. Juice is actually really good for trips, from what I've understood. Like mango juice, it's really good for enhancing it.
Yes.
Not just that, is that when I kind of like stopped the whole drinking every day thing, finds out I have a new addiction, and that's fucking fruit juice.
Hell yeah. Fruit
Hey,
juice is
look good.
than vices. But yeah, no, that's beautiful, Anthony. I look forward to getting your help then, and your participation, your efforts in just making this podcast blow up, and hopefully one day, I'll be able to make my way down to South Africa, and maybe we can all go on a whack-ass ghost hunt, or hunt for weird African monsters and shit out in the desert, and, get scared shitless when we wander into the wrong hut. Go hunt. Yeah, exactly. But at the very, very end of this Crosscast session then, the first of many Crosscasts with artists associated with the supergroup known as the DarkVerse Syndicate, I want to get you guys' opinion, your critique. Did you enjoy your experience today in jumping onto this show? Is there anything that you would recommend for us to make it better for future guests?
I'll go first. I really enjoyed it. It was super fun. I'll say, Shawn, the podcast host, control your business, fam. You know what I mean? Like, don't let people fucking talk over you, and just be like, just handle your business. Be like, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Hey, shut the fuck up. Okay, cool. This now. Stop yapping. This one. Stop fucking yapping. I got it. I figured it out. Okay, thank you. Next question. Okay, but no, I fucking enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. But I also appreciate what you do, because you never know where people are gonna go. You let people go off, and I respect that a lot. So you have a lot of good patience, and I respect that. So I'm not gonna. So do what you want, brother. Do it for good in your heart, and that's probably the best thing to do. So yeah, I enjoyed it. Much love.
All right.
Yeah, I very much enjoyed it as well, Shawn. I've been wanting to meet you meet you in cyberly for a long fucking time. You've liked my shit like so much, like over the years, dude. I don't even know how long friends, but yeah, it's been vibes. And I always see the stuff you post, and I watch some of your stuff, and I do things, like I'm always been very curious about you. And then the recent thing about Duncan that you post, I just had to say my 2 cents on there. I know it was a long fucking thing, but I said it. Yeah, I fuck with you, dude. You're a cool guy, and I like your interview. It was fun. I'm hungry as shit. It's 8:30 here.
I'm hungry as fuck too, man.
I'm getting there.
But like, yeah, dude, it's a vibe, dude. And I'm keen to definitely see you on the podcast again. Probably just you and I, and then probably other,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Zeno, or
otherwise,
Gino.
Yeah, keep killing it.
Yeah. Gino, what are your critiques and commentaries? I know Shawn likes being on here. He's been on here once before. There's a reason he fucking came back. What about you, Gino?
From my side, it was pretty chill. We had some great conversations, and it was great opening up about certain things. So yeah, no, I really enjoyed it, and I don't really have much to add to it. Like, I like your style of interviewing, and just like Dusty was saying, letting it go, see where it goes.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing is, not only at the very beginning of the show was it meant to be for semi-truck drivers, because I reminisced upon having to drive from Phoenix, Arizona to Nashville, Tennessee, which was at least a day drive. It was at least 24 hours. And that was not even in my own vehicle. By the time we left in April of 2023, I did have my own vehicle. I had acquired one in December of 2022, got it repossessed, unfortunately, at the end of last year and have been without a car since. But I ended up driving 27 hours straight from Nashville, Tennessee to right back to Phoenix, Arizona, a place that I really did not want to come back to, whether because of the weather, the housing market, or the politics. I just did not want to come back, but I did, because I knew that I had people here that needed me, and that ship has since sailed with a whole dozen different sails, and they're all leather sails too. It's not even silk, that ship has flown out of the harbor at hyperspeed. But now it's like I'm more focused on myself on an individual level. After all, I have no choice but to be, now that I don't have a vehicle, have had my license revoked, have a couple tickets that I need to pay once I get my license reinstated. That way I can legally drive again and become more independent, have more domain over my life, more agency. But since then, a lot of things have changed. And that's also a big reason why I let this podcast stretch out for as long as I do. It's the reason I call it a crosscast instead of a podcast. We don't care about time zones.
Yeah.
We don't care about how big or small a band is. If I'm interested in the music, if I'm interested in their personality, I will host them, and I will gladly do 100 more of these conversations if it means that people start approaching music as far as getting more personally involved with the personalities behind it, right? The sentiences behind it, as opposed to the separate the art from the music bullshit. I don't believe in that whatsoever, because the moment that you buy merch for a band, you are responsible in a certain way, even if it's a small percentage, for their well-being. So why wouldn't you want to double check on their personality and make sure that you're not filling the pockets of another bureaucrat? And that's an exaggeration, for sure. But you never know one day if there are certain bands, for example, like Lorna Shore, but who intentionally, as opposed to them unintentionally, right, capitalizing, monopolizing Black and Deathcore, right? Imagine if there was a bureaucrat band who didn't give a fuck if they were making plenty of money off of cheap, kind of half-ass breakdowns with a tremolo solo afterwards. Imagine if we did have bureaucrats in the deathcore scene, is what I'm trying to say. So would you want to stuff the pockets of a bureaucrat, or would you want to stuff the pockets of a Tibetan monk as far as their openness, their humility, their modesty? And that's kind of what the Anatomy Crosscast is all about. Not only are we conquering the world and hoping to fulfill a global domination level of cobweb networking, interviewing a band from every country around the world, every country that even I didn't know about before the show because of the failure upon my conscience and my intelligence that is American education, right? American history. That failed me, because as far as I know, I've learned more about the world through this show and its conversations than I ever did in high school. And I think that is insane to say, but it's true.
100%.
So, it's
I
all
do
about
want to say something, just one more thing for all of the Americans that believe that we drive to school on or places to on elephants and things like that. That shit it's not real. Like, there's elephants in cages and there's bright lions, and we live like not in nature, because that thing. Americans have asked me that so many fucking times, and I just always said to them, like, God, are you fucking serious?
Out here in South Africa, we've had Mr. Beast visit us. We've had Faith Dad visit us. Mr. Beast's wife is from South Africa, by the way. Mr. Beast's wife is a white woman from South Africa. Faith Dad just now came to South Africa. Multiple other people have been to South Africa. We're very advanced. We're one of the most beautiful countries in the world. And like I've said before, a lot of people will know Tyler. A lot of people will know Kaisnat. Like, we're coming up. We're coming up. We're coming up. We're coming up. People are recognizing what amazing country we are. And yeah, man. So you're I'll tell you what, Sean, you're definitely first to the party. You're gonna, this is big, for
This is
real.
big.
South Africa's next up.
No, it is, for sure. And not only that, but like, continuing off of what Anthony said, really, if there's one thing that I did understand through the movie Chappie, which leads us back to Die Antwoord.
Banger.
I was like,
Banger.
I was like, oh my God.
Good pronunciations.
Thank you. I remember watching that movie. I'm like, oh my God, like that. It's not that much different than the U.S. And I mean, now politically, the only difference is there's like a polar opposite. There's a more aggressive take on what we understand in America or the United States as white privilege. Down there, it's like, yeah, fuck the white farmers. And I'm like, well, why fuck the white farmers? Don't do that. They didn't consent to that. Of course, that's a joke. But, then I actually think, and I've seen the footage that I've seen of people just running through fields with rifles and just shooting people because they're white. I'm like, well, half a decade ago, maybe even a decade ago, I would have been like, yeah, I kind of hate being white anyways, but I definitely broke off from that shit. Like, everybody's here for a reason. There's no need to be so prejudiced that you're willing to kill someone for it, especially if they're just trying to make a living for themselves. Like, these were white farmers that they were attacking, white farms, white settlements.
Literally.
Like, it's fucking ridiculous.
But it's a very touchy topic. And I think a lot of people in this call will not say a lot about it.
Right.
In case.
Yeah, and that's also the reason for, like, that's the reason this show exists, is because I'm
Maybe
here
Dusty
to,
will.
Yeah, I'm here to speak out against that shit, because no matter what, it's like, you shouldn't be executing people because of their ethnicity. Now, you can ask them to leave your country and continue their culture where they came from through legal process, right? But other than that, you shouldn't be killing anyone or harassing anyone or jumping anyone because of their skin color. This is fucking...
It's a lot of the time hired by an
That's simple, man.
So, with that being said, a bolder statement from this show, and I don't give a... Listen, look me directly in my eyes, dear audience. If you're one of those people that are like, oh my God, why is he talking about that? I don't give a fuck. Okay? All these guys are looking directly into your soul. We don't give a fuck. This is what true counterculture means. It means we don't submit and grovel to cancer culture bullshit. Okay? Like, we don't give a fuck. But I wanted to conclude with one final statement. And I wanted to get you guys' recommendations as far as any and all African talent, right? Any bands local to you guys that you guys would want to see on the show. And if you don't remember all of them, send me the rest in Discord or over on Instagram through your individual accounts. That way I can go ahead and screenshot and have these all on my on the podcast's Instagram story and show them all of the bands that you guys would recommend for any that you missed tonight in session. But this will be the final bit. Throw me all the bands that you can think of that you would want to see on this show from Africa.
Okay. Can I go first?
Yeah.
Mithras Crown. That's one of them. It's a black metal band. I would also like to see Goat Boy up here. I'd love to see Sunken State. Shit, why is it so hard? Oh, Facing the Gallows. Yeah, they've been part of the scene for like, I don't know, 13, 14 years. Been a long time, longer maybe, Peasants. I'd love to see Peasants up here. That's our homeboy, Red God's band. Peasants. He's the trap metal artist. And there's a lot that I just can't fucking think of right. Shit,
And we'll leave that for the DMs.
It's a doom metal band. Yeah, it's there's a lot of bands. And yeah, there's Aliens in the Oceans. That's a new band coming up. Homies, we're busy mixing their stuff, Yeah, that's all for now from me. I am it's hard to it's actually fucking hard to like talk about it when it's like, yo, what bands, you know? I'm working with a lot. Grift, you know, I'm working with a shit ton of people at the moment.
Oh yeah.
I
In that
shouldn't
case,
be knowing more, but yeah, I'll just send you after.
yeah, send me everything. Honestly, send me everything that you guys even vocalize about in this call, and I'll just screenshot it, like I said, and I'll smack it on the Instagram story, and I'll add that to the year 5 highlights. That way, it's like, okay, video of me. Hey, we just finished a 3-hour now Crosscast session with the boys, with the DarkVerse Syndicate, a trap metal supergroup based in Cape Town, Durban, and other parts of South Africa, right? And then, yeah, we'll go from there. Who wants to go next? Dusty?
Yo, so okay, sure, I'll go next. So I'm not going to talk about a band because I'm like still way more hip hop than I am metal.
Okay.
So I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna have to shout out Young Brando. We just dropped. I'm in the studio that we just dropped an album right now, 2025. Some of the best work we've done. Young Brando on Spotify, all platforms. Young Mantis as well just dropped another project, VLV, three songs, bangers. So that's Young Brando, Young Mantis. I gotta shout out Mvula Dre. I gotta shout out Mvula Dre. I gotta shout out. He's an amazing hip hop artist. You can find him on Spotify too. So Young Brando, YUNGBRANDOH. Young Mantis, YONGMANTIS, and then Mvula Dre, MVULADRAE. And then one more. Internet Girl. Save Hope and Internet Girl. 2 more.
Yeah.
Internet Girl and Save Hope. And yeah, and literally anybody that's listening right now, go and find all those people on Spotify. And then not to mention obviously the fucking Valy Boys, but VALYBOYS, not to mention. But go and search all of those people on Spotify. You will find something you like from every one of those motherfuckers. And yeah, so but I also got to shout out the main homies, of course, you know, DVS. Some of the main homies aren't on Spotify. Vulgr is on SoundCloud. You'll find something you like there. And yeah, Slur, I think you just got your Spotify back. You'll find something you like there. It's a $ LUR, Spotify, Vulgr, VULGR -X, SoundCloud. Find that shit. You got it. Amen. Have a wonderful night, people.
All right.
And there's just one more thing I have to mention. So there is 2 other homies that are part of DVS. It's Red Guard and Golden Blue, which has now changed his name to Cam Treyad. It would be sick if they were here, but it's alright, you know. Catch them on the next.
They're new guys.
Whenever.
Yeah.
They're new. They're brand new. So, well, Red Guard's been with us for a while, but Cam is brand new. And yeah, that's probably the most that we're going to let in here to our little crew. I don't think we're going to let any more members in. And we're just going to build from there.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited.
Gino,
Definitely excited.
What would y'all recommend? Who would y'all recommend?
From my side, I guess just like Mind Assault, Orpheum Passage, like Slow Said, Facing the Gallows. A lot of the bands that he mentioned, like,
Okay.
I also definitely want to see.
Okay.
But also Mind Assault.
Mind Assault.
Cool. Like they also have some Afrikaans death metal bands, death metal songs.
Okay. Badass. No, I look forward to that opportunity.
Yeah.
I look forward to South Africa and its scene, it's all of its artists recommended possibly, you know, through this session, slingshotted by this session to take over the Anatomy Crosscast going into 2026. I know one damn thing for sure, gentlemen, is that I want to get as many Crosscasts uploaded as possible. And if we can also make Asahi and Omichi my main financial backbone, you better bet your ass that day in, day out for all 365 days of 2026, If we can make Asahi and Omichi work, then I will also get upwards of 100 fucking sessions out next year. I kid you not. And if we can do that, it's going to change history. It's going to change history for me. It's going to change history for every artist I've had on the show. It will truly be that overwhelming amount of catalog of potential conversations that people can listen to. I would love to make that happen. I really would. So then, with all of the artists and bands that have been recommended, it is currently 11:40 a.m. for me on the 26th of December for the boys over in Cape Town in South Africa. Okay, it is hella late, you know. I believe it's like
not really.
9.
Okay.
9 p.m.
Yeah,
9 p.m. is still pretty late to end a podcast on, though. So, I mean, I appreciate you guys' patience, you know. I appreciate you guys jumping on here and allowing the Anatomy Crosscast to return to Cape Town, to South Africa. I look forward to any and all sessions we do going into 2026 in the same region of the world. Let's take over South Africa. Maybe we can figure something out and have the Anatomy Crosscast be more of a presence. Maybe we can get the good old logo featured on some shit. Sponsor y'all. Give y'all an international global network of sorts. We'll see what happens, right?
Okay.
But
Love that.
with that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, and everything possibly in between, this has been the Anatomy Crosscast. Episode number, I have no fucking clue, but we will see you next time.
Fucking cheers.
Thanks so much, Shawn.
Thank